PUBG Mobile version 2.7 will be available soon. Let's take a look at all the new content. The long-awaited Dragon Ball Super collaboration is officially here. We'll be bringing you 2 new game modes for this collaboration: Dragon Ball Super themed mode and Battle Royale Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super themed mode will be available in Erangel, Livik, and Sandhawk. In this mode, we've incorporated Dragon Ball elements into the classic Battle Royale gameplay. All players will embark on a journey to find the Dragon Balls to summon Shenron. Collect the Dragon Balls scattered throughout the map. The team that gathers all 7 will be able to summon Shenron at the Shenron altar and make a wish to obtain powerful buffs. Maybe if you're super lucky, you'll get 3 wishes at once. During the journey of collecting the Dragon Balls, players will obtain a type of energy called Ki during the game. Players can use Ki to unleash famous Dragon Ball moves. Players can obtain the Kamehameha by picking it up. It equips to the pistol slot. After charging, it will release a continuous high-damage beam. Fukujutsu is another skill that can be picked up during a match. Players can use this skill to fly freely in the air and make quick tactical maneuvers. The Senzu Bean is a new recovery item that is incredibly effective. The Dragon Radar can display the location of Dragon Balls that haven't already been claimed by other players. It can help you collect the Dragon Balls more quickly. The Air Car can carry up to 3 players. It's easy to put away and has better performance than regular vehicles. Tenkaichi Budokai, Kame House, Korin Tower, Dragon Ball Village. These are some famous landmarks that will appear in the game. Call your friends and explore with them now. The collaboration this time even has a hidden challenge, named Dragon Ball Trial. Win consecutively in the themed mode for a chance to take on the challenge. After accepting the missions, the team has to follow the instructions and gather 7 Dragon Balls. During the process, your team's location will be exposed to other players. All players will be drawn into battle for the Dragon Balls. To win the game, the trial team must successfully secure the Dragon Balls, defend the altar, and then summon Shenron. Are you ready for the challenge? In this standalone mode, named Battle Royale Dragon Ball Super, players can roleplay as iconic Dragon Ball characters, use powerful, unique moves in a brand new anime-style map, and become the ultimate victor. There are 5 Dragon Ball characters in this mode. They are Son Goku, Vegeta, Ultimate Gohan, Piccolo, and Frieza. Select your favorite fighter. Master their skills to suppress your enemies and achieve victory in intense battles. In the new version, the new Ace 32 firearm will be made available on all maps. It uses 7.62mm ammo and has 6 attachment slots. What are you waiting for? Go try it out now. Furthermore, this update also includes a firearm attribute tag display. Newer players can go to their backpack to look at the tags of a firearm they've picked up to quickly grasp its characteristics. The new Cycle 5 Season 13 begins on July 18th. Be sure to stay tuned for the new season rewards. That's a wrap for the main new content of the upcoming version. For more information, be sure to follow our official PUBG Mobile community. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. See you next time.
Royale Dragon Ball Super is now available in PUBG Mobile. In this new gameplay, you can do battle while playing as Dragon Ball characters. Let's get to know them and their skills. Son Goku's standard attack is a barrage of Kidan. Its damage output is reliable with an average rate of fire. It's crucial to find the right time to attack. In order to make this a bit easier, Son Goku's charged attack is a continuous ki blast, which can be charged up and fired to attack enemies. At the same time, Son Goku has a special movement skill, but this is great for mounting a surprise attack or to escape a dangerous situation. It can be stockpiled 3 times, allowing it to be used in quick succession. Get to know these moves and you'll be one step closer to victory. Similar to Goku, Vegeta's standard attack is also a barrage of Kidan. It has a faster rate of fire, but the Kidan travel a bit slower. It takes a bit of prediction to accurately hit enemies. However, Vegeta's charged attack fires a bunch of Kidan, which deals small area damage to the target. Vegeta charges up with energy when he hits enemies. Once fully charged, Vegeta can release all the stored energy at once to deal massive damage to an enemy. If you wish to fight at close range, then you have to try Ultimate Gohan. Ultimate Gohan's standard attack is a rapid flurry of Kidan that can deal a ton of damage while up close in a short period of time. When you're surrounded, Ultimate Gohan can use his charged attack, which is a powerful single Kidan. It needs to be charged up first, but it will deal a lot of damage to anyone caught in the crosshairs. It can decisively end a battle during pivotal moments. At the same time, Ultimate Gohan also has a special skill that generates a protective barrier around himself. The barrier can block 500 damage and protects from all incoming projectiles while in effect. When the barrier takes enough damage or the time runs out, it will dissipate on its own. Piccolo's standard attack deals high sustained damage. Its damage even increases the more it hits in a row, which will really test your aim. Furthermore, Piccolo's charged attack can snipe enemies from a distance. He can zoom in for this powerful single-shot attack, leaving enemies with no place to hide. Even if you miss, it's no big deal. Piccolo's special skill is a powerful dash that can be used to close in on enemies, even those in the air. Another close-range fighter that's worth trying out is Frieza. His standard attack is an elongated Kidan that's easy to hit enemies with. Use his charged attack to throw a huge spherical Kidan. Positioning and timing are key. Frieza also has a special skill for controlling the battleground. Select a location and he will leap into the air. Then after a brief pause, smash at the location. It damages anyone that's hit and sends them flying. So that's a quick rundown on all the characters' moves. Come join the intense battle with Dragon Ball characters.
It's a centralized circle, a standard circle covering the most amount of land. Teams, they don't really
have to move quite a lot. They won't need to move out of their comfort spot unless...
Get ready, South Asia.
Hello and welcome back everyone to PMPL South Asia Fall 2023. I'm your host Anna and with me on desk is gonna be the guy with multiple shades on him, Fritz.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Anna. And I'm sure all these teams also have multiple shades with them in terms of the gameplay, but we've only seen one for most of these teams. I mean, Stalwart, the only shade I've seen is good. ASL, the only shade I've seen is getting eliminated early on. So, well, it goes for the teams as well. But I do hope today is a different day. I hope today is a better day because it for sure is going to be fun. Day number 4, or day number 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Day number 4 is where we are at right now, Saturday. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see how the game goes today.
So am I, Fritz, and we're soon gonna find out how these teams are gonna deliver in their performances because again, This has been a really long journey and for some reason the teams have had a lot of ups and downs. Like we were expecting a very consistent high from the side of 4MB, from the side of Stalwart, DRS, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, all of these teams. But then there were so many dips that we did not even expect. They just came out of nowhere. They took us by surprise. But then I guess all that surprise actually added up to having a better competition, a more tougher, lineup all through. And I'm all for it.
Oh, well, that's for sure. I mean, the other teams have been given a chance. They're capitalizing on it. SKYLIGHTZ being one of them. And let's have a look why we are talking about this. Because we already see a lot of teams, just jumping up the charts. But if you talk about this particular week, so it has also gone in the favor of IHC. Now, I'm not talking about IHC that much because this is the only week that they've performed. Before this, they were not even able to qualify for the bonus games. That means not even in top 12, let alone top 12. They were sometimes in the bottom 16 teams. Not bottom 4 teams, yeah. Not in top 16.
Yeah.
Bottom 4 teams. So IHC is definitely 1 week wonder, is what I'd say. But hey, it's great for them if they can, really perform in a good way. If they're able to essentially make a slot for them in the grand finals. So that's what I'm hoping for this particular team. On the other hand, we have SKYLIGHTZ Gaming who have 108 points. This has been the most consistent team throughout. I'd even go to an extent and say Stalwart Esports were not that good in week number 3. It's just 100 points, but that has been made on the basis of 2-3 game wonders. So one game you get a chicken, the other ones you're able to come second. You're always in the top 3, top 4, but never able to finish a game. Plus those games where you just get 1, 2, 3, maybe anything under 7, 8 points. I have seen a lot more games this time around. It's just that the other teams have not been able to capitalize on that factor. That's why we still see Stalwart on the third spot.
Exactly. So here's the thing. Stalwart not being able to deliver as consistently as we expected is giving a shot to a lot of other teams to actually go up on the table. And even the teams on the second page this week have a lot of names that are pioneering on the first page overall. Like we see T2K up there, we see HVDC up there. That's pretty interesting to go on with, buddy. But let's take a look at the league overall and actually take that thing into perspective. You see 7th position is taken by T2K, 8th by HVDC, and Seal as well as King of Spades are surviving on the first page. Now Raw Esports, one of those teams that I was really rooting for this particular week, haven't been doing as good in this particular week, but overall they have done enough to keep themselves in top 5. So that's another good news that have come our way.
Whereas IHC, I think on 12th spot, right? In this overall chart. Well, we'll have a look about that.
13th, if I'm not wrong.
Okay,
I think it's between 13th and 12th. It's a competition between IHC.
Ooh, okay, all right. So we'll have a look. But yeah, the top 3 charts or the top 3 positions are still relatively the same. So I don't think so that there'll be a lot of issues when it comes to choosing the top 3 teams. But okay, no, you're wrong, Ahana. IS is on 12th spot.
Yeah, and
one
that
point
is
away.
on 13th. Yeah, single 1 point
away
difference.
Just from your print. No, but I'd say 2 points because elimination is something where IHC leads. So even if the scores were equalized, IHC would still be out on it.
Right,
So,
true.
Yeah, 2 points away, DEADEYES guys for coming on the 12th spot. But what I want to say right now, top 16, they have really managed to get themselves in this particular position. Now with just 2 days remaining, all these teams having 8 games at bare minimum left. I mean, considering that they'll be able to secure their spot into the top 12. IHC will have 13th, no problem. IHC will for sure have another game, not 30, sorry, 9 games left for them to perform on, including all the games that they'll play today. Because at bonus game, they're on top of the leaderboard. I mean, no way it can happen that they get dropped below 12. The max that they'll fall would be somewhere 6th or 7th. That too, if they just perform very badly, which I don't think so is going to happen. But if we take a fan favorite team over here, Ahana, and compare their performance, it has gone down in terms of weekly performance.
It sure has, but it does not seem to be that huge a number because we're taking it on a lookout of the average. But if you actually fan it out towards the whole week, then there's a lot of difference that has happened. And they did drop towards week 2. And I think they're on the same path in week 3 as well. They're further dropping down. And that's where the problem is, because IHC was definitely going to make it into top 16, but them being able to make it into top 12 should have been a harder fight. But in like half the week, they've already acquired that, and that too in an unmatchable position. Like, this has to be more of IHC's performance, but also combined by how loose the performance of all the other teams that were in their way has been, because they absolutely got to drop down to be able to give IHC that spot away that easily. But yeah, DEADEYES guys did have moments of glory here, but then that's about it.
Moments does not win you tournaments, so consistency does. That is something that has been lacking at the side of Team DEADEYES guys. So they'll really need to pick up their pace. See, qualification is not going to be an issue now. And you're already in top 16, so qualifying should not be that big of a problem. But how do you play in the grand finals is a completely different thing. Now, I think we'll have 5 games every day in the grand finals too, and that grand final will last for 3 days, Friday, Saturday and Sunday. You'll be playing 15 games overall, and that will decide where you stand in the PMPL SA 2023. DEADEYES guys, not the ones I'm looking forward to, because they haven't shown that sort of a performance.
Exactly, because even in the grand finals, because they're not just a single day or just a single match, they are going to require consistency from any team that tries to deliver on
Exactly.
the platform. But considering the fact that we've been seeing different teams rise up and take care of different weeks, like we saw SKYLIGHTZ being super good on the second week, but Stalwart just being slightly better, and then IHC being amazing in the third week, 4MB taking care of the first, there still might be a singular team that does an outstanding performance towards the last 3 days of grand finals. But then that team could be literally anyone. Like Stalwart and 4MV were definitely expected, but IHC just came out of nowhere.
Oh, that's correct. I mean, ISC definitely came out of nowhere, and another such team which I'd say hasn't played up to expectations is ASL. Look at this: Assassin 36, Sleepy 58 does a majority of the heavy lifting, but then Chari and Gangsta are also a little bit far away. Especially Gangsta, very weak performance from the guy.
He's played much lesser games. That's probably the reason, because like we
Oh,
are
Joker
seeing
also
32
plays,
on
right?
Charu for 52. Yeah, he's only played 36 games with 20 eliminations. So I guess it's close enough, but it's still not the most groundbreaking performance just yet. But I think the addition of Gangsta has definitely made the game a little better for the overall ASL team, because they finally started to shine a little. And hopefully, it's gonna be a long run, but hopefully they will be able to make it into top 16.
Yeah, I believe Joker has been a better performer than Gangsta. So that's why we see regularly Joker playing instead of him. And
Makes
that's a
sense.
welcome change. That's a welcome change as well. I mean, after that, you can see Sleepy a little bit more comfortable. You can see the other teams, you know, a little bit better. Other players on the team performing a little bit better. But yeah, ASL till now, they are battling it out for the 17th spot, and it's not going to be easy because you most of the times, I'd say two different games I've seen, not two, three, two on Miramar, one on Irangle. I've seen you have three different moments where you could have gone and gotten that chicken dinner, but none of them were taken. And those were literally
Exactly.
clear, what should I say, chances of getting the victory. And once I predicted you, and you threw that chance. Super, super pissed about that.
Well, you can be pissed all you want, but yeah, this is true. They do have great problem trying to close in games, and it somehow seems like finally they realize that is happening, and they've started delivering onto their performance itself.
Yep.
And somehow we're seeing a lot of changes when it comes to elimination numbers. But yeah, as a whole team, they are unable to close matches, and that's something that we're never going to be able to say. At least not this specific tournament. But soon enough, hopefully in the next one, we will see ASL go ahead and develop themselves from the grassroots levels and go ahead and actually seize a few chickens for themselves. But yeah, the addition of new members constantly definitely is hampering the overall performance of the team at some point or the other, and they should be very careful in picking their playing for, at least for a tournament like this, because this is not like a C tier tournament. This is literally PMPL SA Fall 2023. You gotta bring your best and you gotta give your best, and not once, every single game for a really long time. This is literally a test of endurance and consistency.
Yeah, that's true, and you'll have to play on these specific maps to just show us the good performance. And finally, yes, today is the day where we will have 3 Irangle games. Let's go! Only one map
Yes.
of Miramar. That will be taken out of the way very very soon, because that's just the second map of the day, guys. So we'll start off with Irangle. We'll finish off with the very interesting map too. It's that map of Sandhawk. Scary, sure, yes. I mean, Sandhawk is a map which you'd not like to play. But hey, you know what? The good thing is Stalwart will not be playing that, so we don't need no more luck, because Sandhawk is out of our way. So that's a really good thing for the side of teams. Not just Stalwart, all the players of
I
Team
like
Europe.
how you're still
But,
sticking with Stalwart when IHC is doing so good. That's
It's
being out
okay,
of
see.
nowhere.
See, that's where I am a real believer in the teams that I pick and choose, right? So
Yeah,
even
your
if they're on
belief
the
showed
bottom
up
of the team,
really on point
Ahana,
yesterday.
you do not even know. The last season, I was completely with BITX CMF all throughout, and they bottomed out the table. They literally ended
Okay.
on the 20th spot, but I was still with them throughout the tournament. With me was Shadow on desk, and she had 12, 13 correct prediction. And this is while we were halfway down, I'd say week number 1, week number 2, somewhere down that. She had 11 correct predictions. And I was like, no, every time you ask for a prediction, BIT. BIT. I just stick to one team and be with them till whatever the time
Loyalty,
duration
yeah.
is. Right now, 1 week. So right now, Stalwart Esports will get my support for the next 2 days. Now, if I support them for the next grand finals as
But
well,
didn't you
3 more
yesterday
days.
decide you're not gonna pick them anymore because they keep throwing the games by
Okay,
using action to
so
go forward into the game?
heat of the moment. We can call it the heat of the moment because
Sure, I'll give you that pass. I'm
that's just,
happy if you pick the wrong team. I don't mind.
that's just a little bit thing that goes left and right. But yeah, I really want Stalwart Esports to perform today as well because again, predictions correct. See, the thing is, I cannot really count on the other teams. So that's what I think. If Stalwart have 4, this is very recently that they started, just playing a little bit solo. Even our producer was completely frustrated yesterday when he saw Stalwart Esports lost on that, and that is exactly how I felt in most of these games because action on Nirzad sometimes just going on solo. He knows he's all alone, just still taking fights, and that's where I become a little bit uncomfortable. But that has been the story for majority of the teams. So I don't think so. That is a problem for Stalwart till now. But I see it seems to be a very rapidly spreading disease
Yes.
throughout the tournament. That could just be thrown in. What I'm missing the term, exact English term for the disease that can be given from one person to the other. But hey, that is what is happening right now, I think, in the lobby. But never mind, we will be jumping into the game and hoping for such performances to not be shown. But hey, let's see. It's all the teams that they'll have to perform. Again, another Georgia pole line ending towards the region of Lipoka.
Well, this is gonna be super North favored, and that's gonna be making a lot of teams unhappy. But the one who was specifically gonna be unhappy is not even here to play this one. So 4MB is gonna be counting all of their lucky stars to be praying to God that thank God we weren't on this one. But next one, please make the plane path better. And today as well, friends, I very well think this is a very interesting plane path. It looks very straight.
It's okay though. I mean, let's not go IAW right now towards the city of Georgia Pole. The usual drop. As I said, they might have a battle on their hands. King or Spades also. So this is the fight we sometimes or the others see happening around this city. And I believe once again we will have that battle unless IAWO move towards Zarki, which I think they are going for. Or maybe not. It's just a Zarki split that they usually take. But soon they'll realize that King of Spades is also somewhere nearby. But hey, let's see. IHC towards the Georgia City. Stalwart Esports did not have the best possible zone and have dropped around the Gatka region. The other teams as well, dropping slowly and steadily.
Exactly, and look at how much the circle is supporting Stalwarts right now. I mean, they're literally in the center of it, and they have the best position out of all for this particular circle. There is no contestation, and most of this team, because they go all the way towards east, have a really hard time trying to make it back in, and they generally go for late rotations, making it even possible for Stalwart to not have to face as many fights as the teams at the center of the circle generally do. So I feel like Stalwart is really on the roll right now. But then again, as the game comes to a closing, I know someone will go ahead, try to take solo fights and just lose their breath at that. So I'm gonna agree with you, producer sir, on this one.
Oh, for now though, early battle happening and
Wow.
SKYLIGHTZ losing a player. So DRS, just 1 point to their name and okay, never mind. it's a good thing. Early on points. For a second I went to the late game stages, so I thought only 1 point. No. Okay, it's good for DRS.
You're
It's
running
good for
ahead of
DRS
your own
getting,
time.
yeah. So usually you see DRS with 1 2 3 frags in the post circle with all 4 players survive. I am a little bit profound. I am a little bit dumbstruck in situations like those, that you can survive for so long. You could have also gotten a few kills if you really needed to, but then suddenly they get a chicken dinner and they make it all okay. So
That's true.
not used to DRS getting that first frag, but
That's
good for
true.
them. I mean, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, they've lost a player early on, and for now they will not be looking that good. 3 players early on, not a good sign.
Exactly. I mean, SKYLIGHTZ is again not one of the teams that tries to take early flights, and in that situation, they do find themselves in a much better situation towards the end game. But now, having lost a player that early on in the game, maybe they will decide to take fights early on so that they can finish off with more points, and that might lose them another player, and that could all be something that they are, literally falling all for. But well, we'll soon figure out. These performances in the recent weeks have been super mind-boggling, and that literally justifies every fumble that's happening from your side, Fritz. I mean, I am perfect, but you're trying to be very close to me, and that's a good effort.
You're okay, okay. How many predictions, Anna? 52 games. I say what, 7 prediction? Not
I'm
good
not
at
even
math,
talking
but
about predictions right now. I'm talking
nah.
about the fumbling. I'm talking about the
You
straight,
said
plain paths that you
you're
find so
perfect.
interesting.
You said you're perfect. Perfection comes in every aspect of the game. Okay, so that you're not perfect. That's what this means. You just proved your own statement incorrect. So it's okay, Hannah. I'll teach
Alrighty,
you how
Fritz.
to
I'll
be
take that.
perfect.
I'll take that.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
bow down because it takes one to know one. Because you are not perfect, you won't know that
I
I'm
never
perfect,
said
and
I'm
that's just
perfect.
as easy.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the thing.
I
Because you
am the
aren't, you
worst
won't notice
worst
my
person ever. No
my
problem.
genius.
All right, man, all right. But yeah, the game right now is going to be a little slow pace. That's why we are just
That's
try to
true.
entertain you guys. Just bear with us. We also want all these fights to happen as quickly as possible. Weird circle, so for sure fights will happen one time or the other. Usually around the third or the fourth circle, or maybe some rotational clashes before that. Those are the only 2 points where I think the battles might happen. But yeah, for now, all these teams looting it. SKYLIGHTZ, as we saw, No Fear has
Oh
already been
damn.
dropped out. So basically, the top
Yeah.
fragger of the team has been taken
Exactly.
away. You just better survive. That's the best SKYLIGHTZ can do right now.
Exactly. That's the best SKYLIGHTZ can do. And for Stalwarts, this is literally a very high position game. Because here's the thing, the fight is not just for being the best team, it's also for being the best player. The most number of eliminations also gets you $1,000 extra. And Stalwart Esports has two players up there trying to compete it off with two players of 4MV and as well as No Fear. Now that No Fear is already taken out, Stalwart can actually go ahead and try to grab some more points for themselves because again, 4MB is not even playing this one. And look at IHC. This team is not stopping this week at all. They've already started their fight against King of Spades. The first player has been knocked down. And now King of Spades must be actually looking for pieces to pick back up because IHC, while even rotating inside this clash, are able to make an impact that is good enough for them. And this knocked player is so far away from the rest of the team. Yeah, the revival was never going to happen. He just gets taken down and wow, what a surprise! It's Death Storm. For once, he dies by someone else and not his own nade.
Yeah, no, even his teammates need. So I've seen a lot of King of Spades need being thrown in. So that's also good. IHC, but another good start, man. Another good start for them. Early frag. Stage number 1 has still not closed in, and they found a rotational clash which they have managed to win it out. So that's a really good thing. Plus, they have already, I think, so started off with their rotation, or is containers their final spot where they want to be. I mean, 52 games, and this is the first time we are, I think, spectating IHC in the container region. Only lower Illinois has been the other part where I've seen the containers. So pleasant change, a pleasant area to witness.
Exactly, and there's something very weird that I've just noticed. I see Weekendy written on this particular vehicle, and that makes me wonder why do we have Livik? I mean, it is the weekend, it should be Weekendy, like you end the week with Weekendy. Like, never mind. That's just
Nope,
my
not
mind
good.
trying to process stuff.
Yeah, not good.
It's yeah, it's not.
Someone said perfect,
But
but it's okay. I don't mind. I don't mind.
I mean, I
Uh,
would like to be on their team. I would agree that it's perfect. It's just bad.
hmm.
Perfectly
Now
bad.
you're literally you use perfect and bad
It's
exactly
perfectly
after each
bad.
other.
That's how it
Okay. Now
is.
try make a new word. Great going, Hana. Great going, Hana. Though for
Just like
now,
ASL, I'm on my roll. I'll soon recover.
or even DRS. I mean, still outside the zone.
Yeah,
Perfectly in a bad situation, huh?
true
That's all you
that.
can say. Because it's a long rotation. Never mind. It's not that bad at all. straight
it is.
rotation
You're
inside
looking
the
at
zone.
BITX, I think. DRS is all the way like north of nowhere. They're near Milta.
Yeah, so that's what I'm
BITX, which
saying.
is
Outside the zone.
Yeah,
They're
and
outside
it's
the
gonna
zone.
be
That's
a
why I'm
longer
saying.
rotation. Yeah.
Exactly. So they might have a fight with D Venom, but if not, then they're all fine. All fine and good.
Now
No
here's the
problem
thing.
whatsoever.
Here's the thing. On charts, on statistics, DRS is actually a much better team than DE Venom. But then here's the thing. DE Venom has recently been showing up to the occasion every now and then, and even though the battle might be lost, they will actually make it possible for DRS to not win it off. They'll take at least a couple of casualties on the way. So DRS should definitely avoid this battle as far as possible, probably even opt for a later zone. But yeah, this is what's going on here? The zone has gone all the way down south and still not covered military base.
King of Spades just lost a player and they've lost another one. XOXOX. He just gets run over. But the buggy will do the job, will give another frag. But look at this Faisal, he is just trying to retreat. So is Mamba. Both the players in vehicle, they're like, nah, we're out of here. We just want to play for the position points and play for the top 16. Meanwhile, JMEX have taken down one of the players of Team NBeSports. Lexi with a good knock, and now Nade's being cooked. Will the players of NB though? I don't think so, because there's the first knock. Nobody tried to get that trade, but the Vector in close range. Here's the beast of a weapon. NBeSports in return to one knock confirmed 2 frags. Wow, but that's a way to answer back.
Exactly. That's way to go bonkers right onto the faces of JMEX. A team who's already struggling is now put in a position of already only running with extras. Like, it's not even a team anymore. It's half the team. I mean, this is not looking like the best performance for JMEX. And to be very honest, I can definitely give them this. They're very consistent at bad performances. That's one thing that's going their way. The only thing. And I really wouldn't consider that going their way. In the meanwhile, though, SKYLIGHTZ loses more players. Now, one of them is really low on HP and they're still struggling the blue. So that's going to be another revival that needs to happen as quickly as possible. And in the meanwhile, DRS and BITX still having a hard time trying to make it back into the circle. But the person who's not having a hard time is Scooby. That detective little doggo is trying to find out where NBeSports is, find out when exactly to attack on them, and probably might even be able to secure a few points.
Seal. Yeah, Scooby has an aid in his hand, but then he's all alone. So tossing it, giving away your position, probably a death sentence in my opinion. So it's better to not go in that direction. But the other players though, where are they? I mean, see, they could really provide some sort of a support to.
They are arriving, I think.
But that's from a different direction. That's from a different angle. Do you want to make Scooby the person who flanks, or do you want to be does Scooby want to be the person who initiates the fight? Because
I think
yes, I see Fearless in the
yeah.
background, but he's not still approaching. He's still very far away.
That's true. He is very far away. The rest of the team does have a lot of distance to cover before they can actually arrive to the support of Scooby. And for that, Scooby is remaining like super silent in his own position. But I feel like both things could work in their way. I would definitely choose for Seal to actually use Scooby as the distraction guy who goes ahead, throws the nade, attracts all the attention, and the rest of the team covers up the people from the back. And that's a better situation because Seal is going to lose a player in that process. It's not going to be the most advantageous situation. But considering their position overall, considering the way their game has been going all this time, it's fine. You can actually lose a player and go for 4 points instead, rather than just losing everyone and not having any points to your name at all to begin with. In the meanwhile, though, JMEX and King of Spades, both these teams get taken out of the lobby because it seems like JMEX's last player will also be confirmed by Stalwart Esports, and that is Orange 9. Done for. Both the teams at the bottom of the chart, as expected, maintain their positions.
Oh, look at this though. Fizzboy has no idea. He has no idea that Scooby is in such an advanced position. Another nade being cooked, but now you know where this guy is. He just tosses another nade, wants to confirm that that's a DBS, my man. You switched to the wrong weapon. But then Monto has that opportunity to get that counter knock. Fizzboy will be confirmed at NBeSports. The snake in their side will definitely bite. And now NB have to be really careful because Seal are trying to just corner them out. Just take them entirely away from the game. Fearless will be naded out. The nade was good, but he exactly knows where Monto is. But the nade still bounces off in a different direction.
There's
He's
still
also
more support
arrives to the scene.
arriving, but
Yeah,
it
but the knock
falls.
is not there. Mondo survives with 1 HP.
Now this wasn't supposed to happen. Careless's nade itself knocked down one of the players, and Seal is literally taking all of their scrambles and running away. They are literally running on extras now because this is not looking good at all. Fearless right now wants to take up this fight, still committed,
Wow,
and will get
GG.
taken out himself. It's 14th rank for them and only one single elimination. Now this could have run a little better if they had waited for the rest of the team to arrive earlier before throwing the nade. But yeah, well, as of now, there's still gonna be very less time for NBeSports to actually, pick up their pieces, and that's gonna be giving another shot to Leo. That was such a perfect nade.
Fourth
done
team.
for.
Fourth team to NB Sports that they had to fight with. So
Yep.
that's not a fun time. That's definitely not a fun time. They were able to eliminate one. They were able to eliminate the second. But then the third team comes in. That's Leo
Leo,
Esports.
yep.
But they get taken down by IAW. So a lot of fights happening in this circle, which I did not entirely expect.
And
But
that
I
too on
think
the
all these
Western
teams
circle.
really, yeah. I think that's after the zone is already closed in. Probably this was a good spot before the zone closed in. But hey, every team thought early zone, third party. Oh, let's go take it. But
Yep.
except for NB Sports, none of the other teams have taken any loss. So for Leo, for IAWO, great. That's some bonus frags.
Exactly. Venom and DRS both survived for some reason because DRS decided to go all the way to Ferry Pier and then rotate from the southern edge. Currently, HVDC and Stalwart both have great positions inside the circle, and if it's a harder shift, HVDC might just have the better of it. In the meanwhile, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming losing players one after the other. It's not even a good game for them. Like, it's not even a mediocre, average game for SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. They're literally losing at such bad positions. You don't expect that from this team. But well, they're making way for other teams, and that's good enough because we want to see as much competition as there can be. But in the meanwhile, IAW are just not willing to leave their competition alone at all, and Leo constantly on the boards. Mabetex in the meanwhile finishing off SKYLIGHTZ Gaming almost completely, if I'm right. Oh goodness.
MP5K close range quarters is where you do not want to take this fight against. If your opponent has that MP5K, it's better to leave it alone because that is a weapon not to be trifled with. IHC, they take one knock, the support is arriving. So okay, maybe not. That was their own player, so IHC won't have a player to move in the next few zones. But it is prediction time, Hana. I'll give you that opportunity to maybe pick SUDC first because I think you'll go for that.
I really want to, but then I also realize that Mabetex and Roy Esports are also very close in the periphery. But because you're gonna go with Stalwart anyways, I'm gonna go out on a limb and actually say Mabetex this time. I mean, that's slightly a random choice, but yeah, I have a gut feeling that Mabetex might be able to close this one in.
All right, I go with Stalwart, as you said. Stalwart Esports is what I'd go, what I choose over here. So I believe they are the ones who will get my prediction counter all the way up to 6, half a dozen. But this time around,
Oh yeah,
DEADEYES
that
CMF.
I think I heard that number recently, half a dozen. It happened like a couple of days ago when I arrived, which was like way before you. But yeah.
Okay. So it's not a problem, you leading in a luck game.
It's
It's
not
really
luck.
a problem.
It's not luck. If it
Okay.
was luck, we would be taking
All right,
names
all
before
right.
the game started off.
11 teams remaining. The probability of a team winning is 1 by 11. So basically less than 10%. It's okay, not luck game. I could be a person who does not have my mind in my correct place. But wait a second. Okay, it's good that IHC got that now because if it was Viper, I'd say check his device
He
because
is.
there were a lot of smokes. He's just confirming the frags. That's just after that the player has already been knocked
Yeah.
out. Although Godless is also taking players down one by one, so a lot of fights happening, a lot of frags being taken. But the teams with all the 4 players surviving, they will be at an advantageous spot.
Well, we'll soon figure out if this is going to be advantageous or not. In the meanwhile, Venom, a team who was supposed to take care of DRS, gets taken care of by Stalwart Esports itself. IAWO, this team was trying to make an impact, but they lose players instead. Oh goodness, this is not looking the best position. But then again, I think there's going to be revival, which is going to be super possible, super quickly. And BITX, as we know, has really hard time trying to close their games. So I don't have very high hopes for the team. But wait a second, what? Yeah, they just make me go correct on my prediction. BITX loses from here. No questions on that one.
Jax being worried out. He could have just spammed out. It's okay though. Dovin really wants to confirm that frag before any third party happens, and that's what it'll take. Octopus has already spotted down a player of Team IHC. He is trying to spam him with the mini 14 shots. Alex, he did come in to throw in some support, and he also might just get taken down because the HP damage has been huge.
That's true. And well, I think our producer also wants to go for a prediction if I'm not wrong, but we'll take a look at that later on. If he wins, we'll let you know. But yeah, in the meanwhile, we are seeing Venom D go ahead with those nades and Raw Esports also trying to pick few from their bullets. There is a lot of damage that is happening towards the western periphery, and it is not looking good for either of these teams. Even Roy is taking some damage in exchange, but yeah, they still survive with all four. So that's something that they're having a good time around. But yeah, IHC, they're almost done for. Demo is the last one, and he's also going to be just a demo piece because he does not have any area to rotate around in, because this is literally a single smoke that is covering him for now, and soon that's going to be gone as well. Oh, Mabetex losing players.
He's in a close range battle, and HVDC, I believe they've lost a couple of players. Ryuken Sanchir out of the game because they decided to fight against Team Mabetex Esports. On the other hand, Viper just floating around. CMF Knight spots him out, takes him down. That's another frag added to the tally for BIT. Stalwart Esports, though, I see is going in for the third party as well. Mabetex not being the ones who will be in a good spot because they have just been spotted down, and even Venom wants to take some shots at them. I think that's the end of the road for Mabetex Esports.
They are giving up their lives right now, and it seems like now the biggest competition is gonna be between Raw Esports and Stalwart Esports. Let's see how that turns out, because as of now, neither HVTC nor Mabetex look good enough. Wally has been able to rotate himself all the way to the edge of the circle just to stay out of all the fights and all of the ruckus that is being created in this moment. But the fiasco on the western periphery does not end. It's like a war that is beginning, and it's a long one. None of these teams are gonna be leaving without any damage. But wait a second, is Raw trying to escape this battle? I think they're just trying to invest deeper into it. I mean, you guys want to lose players, then don't.
No, why not? Because I8 is on a lower ridge. You will not get third party till these smokes are up. So you just keep refreshing the smokes. You just keep getting those frags. That's advantageous. And that's what they're doing. Raw Esports, they're just gatekeeping all the teams outside the zone. And DEADEYES CMF happened to be on the spot. Although this retreat from Jiggle is a little bit unwelcomed, I'd say. He's completely out in the open, running with his hands out, not even a weapon in hand to shoot back. But I think he's investing a lot of trust into his teammates that they will be able to support him, suppress his opponents, and he makes his way inside the zone. Malik, though, has been spotted down. A few shots out of Malik as well. Has to heal himself back up. In the meanwhile, Mabetex also get completely eliminated out of the game with only 4 frags. It was. So
yeah,
it's just not going to be an interesting thing because it's only 5 points. For the 8th position, you get 1. 4 frags, you get 4. Mabetex, another bad beginning. Not bad, but an average beginning of the day.
I mean, for the way that Mabetex has been playing for a while, I wouldn't really consider it bad at all. But yeah, in the meanwhile, Raw Esports just runs right in it and takes care of bad intentions. They've been ran over, and right now Praveen is on a domination run of his own. Beautiful. Oh, that wasn't supposed to be a survival point for Raw, but they do, and IWO gets taken down instead. What? This is not looking good. This is not looking good at all. Right now, it seems like Stalwart Esports is going to be able to take care of another, and this is the top 4 teams surviving. Stalwart with all 4, Raw Esports with all 4, DRS and HVDC both with 2 each. So that's 12 players and 4 teams on board. And currently, it seems like Stalwart and Raw Esports, both of them have a good position for themselves. But because Stalwart has more area inside the circle, it seems like they might be able to acquire this chicken. However, if the next one goes towards the favor of Raw, Stalwart will have a hard time walking in. So that's going to be another thing to take care of. But in the meanwhile, HVDC, the 2 players surviving in this duo, will be just roaming around, making sure that they find themselves the height advantage just to take care of a couple of players from the fully fledged teams of Stalwart Esports or Raw Esports.
HVDC, though, look at this. Aero and Rogue, the last 2 remaining players, but are playing very confidently. So that's what I like. But this again, I do not like in from action because not the best possible thing to do. Aero though
Tops is not.
finds that knock, a long range knock onto Tops. I think IC should easily be able to get that revival,
Yeah.
so that wouldn't be a big concern. The revival will come in, and Stalwart will be back with 4. And I believe the WWCD prediction will go a little bit more up. But then Roy Esports from the north side, nobody is there to challenge them either. So unless and until we see a fight happening between all these teams, a clear winner is something that we'll have to wait out for.
We'll see, we'll soon see. As of now, action is gonna be in the crosshairs, but then it's of their own teammates, so it's not gonna matter much, and Aero will be taken care of with that run over. And now Stalwart looks like they only have 3 players to fight with before they invest into Roy Esports. They definitely do not want to mess with that team just yet, because that team might call the elimination of a couple of players, and that would just make you a weaker team overall. That's why you always fear the teams with full-fledged numbers, and that's why Raw wants to capitalize on that situation. They have come way deep into the circle. They already had a good enough edge. They did not have fights to participate in, but they want elimination points. It definitely seems like they want elimination points.
All right, though,
Oh,
Rogue,
perfect nade.
that's a bouncer on your face. That's what that name was, a bouncer on your face. But yeah, he will be eliminated. HVDC take an exit from the game. Roy Esports, though, because of this, will be easily able to capitalize on a little bit of space that has been granted to them. Stage number 6 slowly and steadily closing in. So it's essentially a 4v2 between the players of Team Raw, DRS, and Stalwart. Yeah, so DRS, they should not win this out on the in the books, but then you never know.
Yeah.
Stalwart and Roy Esports, they get into a very early hefty battle. Then we might see a third party situation happening. Then maybe DRS can do something about this, because even the zone will support you a little bit. You can run up the ridge and find yourselves inside the zone, so that should not be a problem moving inside the zone. On the other hand, Roy Sports, they've completely shifted to one part of the map, one corner of the map, should I say. Even Malik is joining his teammates. They just want to show
Oh, they
strength
found the
in numbers,
highest
strength
spot.
in power.
That's true, but they also reached the highest spot of the circle, to be very honest. But here's the problem.
Does
If
not
it does
matter.
not stay inside the circle, it's going to be another problem. They're trying to push Stalwart down so that they have the ridge advantage. But well, let's see how that turns out, because action again, solo fighting in this position. Good job,
Okay, so
action.
the thing over here, Ahana, is the ridge that Stalwart have. Yes, it's not easy to fight, but what you can do brilliantly is toss nades. And when your opponent tosses out these nades, they will just bounce and go down. It will never
That's true.
inflict damage on you unless you have that perfect cook, which blast on your head. That's the only
True.
direction or the only way to get that frag. So it says Stalwart will definitely find that in their own advantage.
Well, I hope they do, because for once I would like some competition in the prediction department. I've been ruling it for a really long time. I'm kind of exhausted carrying all the weight by myself. But well, let's see how
Okay.
this turns out. As of now, we are seeing the last 3 teams surviving inside the circle, and soon enough, the zone is going to be closing in again, and that's just half a minute remaining on the clock. Stalwart still waiting to find their opening. They are tossing nades constantly, but look at the smoke wall being created from the side of Raw. They are making it hard for Stalwart to predict where they are. And if this nade goes right, if action is taken down, then there won't be any revival that is possible for action, and that will give a numbers advantage to Raw Esports that they can work with. As of now, all of the Stalwart Esports team is busy taking care of DRS, and that's basically a threat eliminated for the side of Raw Esports as well, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, Raw will be the ones who will be happy about this. So Killer is still not in a good spot. Niz's raid will blast off Killer, and Rules OG is the last one standing. I don't think so. Stalwart know that exactly where Rules is. Let's not take a vehicle to run him over, because if he gets one knock, your entire game will be spoiled as you're not inside the zone, and it is DRS who have to move
Nice.
inside the zone. Meanwhile, Killer gets completely eliminated. Rules has been tagged up a lot, and even Stalwart get that knock onto Raw. I'm not sure. Okay, there's capitalization as well. So
Yep.
Sky will be entirely eliminated. And this is now the best possible situation Stalwart could be in. Raw are not even inside the zone. They will have to move a little bit down the hill. And coming down the hill is never a good situation for you. But unless and until Stalwart deal with this last thread, I don't think so they will have an easy time. But yeah, Rules just falls to the zone. Now Stalwart know that all they have to focus is up front, is against the players of Team Roy Sports.
Roy Sports, the only good idea here could be hide as long as possible. Wait for taking a couple of frags before you commit to the fight, but that's an option which will not be permitted from the side of from the side of Stalwart's Gaming. So that's another threat that they have to deal with. Two players from the left, two players from the right. It's the whole marching parade coming right barraging onto the heads of Roy Sports.
Now
Take one
push.
down, and now with the vehicles, they're gonna run over, closing in the distance. Nate's coming in just to confirm the frag, and alongside the bullets, this is gonna be very difficult for Roy Sports to fight off from. They keep getting their players knocked one after the other, and Stalwart will seal the victory with no difficulty at all whatsoever. And finally, the winner chicken dinner, the performance that we wanted from Stalwart shows up.
Great job. Great job done by the players of Team Stalwart Esports. Proving my prediction correct and hopefully giving me an advantage in the overall standings in the weekly prediction too. 13 elimination, 23 total points. Good game by them.
Make it clap.
Well, welcome back,
well,
everyone. I was expecting a much different look on Prince's face, but I think
know.
the glasses were nowhere to be found.
You know, mothers, they just keep your stuff without asking you. That's what just happened, guys. I had a barrage of shades just kept over on my desk. I cannot find anything. So that's the one you'll have to work with, guys.
It's
But
okay.
yes,
We'll just imagine
got my
you with better
prediction.
glasses right now.
Yeah, I got my prediction correct. Hopefully, I get another one. So while we're on a little break, I can grab my specs to show them off. But it's okay. It's all fine. And yeah, I mean, a little happy face in our production team too. Of course, that guy runs 10 minutes ahead, so he should literally get every prediction correct. But somehow he just gets very less, even lesser than us guys. So his counter, if it were to be displayed, would just be 2. So
Yes.
it is not really 2 by 52, insignificant. Insignificant is the
Beautiful
number that he
number,
has.
beautiful number.
So
I'm so proud
it
of
is-
you, Eko
Yeah,
boy.
exactly. So it does not really matter. But hey, a great game, man. See, HDC had all the advantages. They knew how they had to completely pan out the game. They played it out perfectly. Action did not go over aggressive. He was exactly how he needed to be. They took care of DRS first. Roy Sports, as soon as Sky fell, I had a little hope for Stalwart. But then when I saw DRS being completely eliminated, I was like, yeah, oh, that's done. That's GG.
That's true. Because only spoiled sport could have been those 2 players from DRS.
Exactly.
But yeah, Stalwart Esports not only take the game, but also the name for MVP for IC with 4 eliminations and 796 damage. Very close to being an 800. But it's fine. It's good enough. It's cool. All chill.
That's all good. But if you talk about the overall
Wow.
players that had an impact in the game, so Stalwart, Roy Sports, Stalwart, Roy Sport. So not a lot of homogeneity this time around. It's only 2 teams that we see in this chart, but it's okay. I mean, everybody getting 4, 4, 4, 2 frags. I mean, it has been a game where like Stalwart got 13, so for sure a lot of players from Stalwart had to show up.
We'll soon find out if Stalwart is going to be able to show up even further because, I mean, the number of eliminations does make me slightly disappointed. Now, don't get me wrong, 10 eliminations, great. We saw that on the top boards as well. And going forward, I think the 4th player also has a few for himself. But yeah, I expect this team to be one of those that gets like 17, 18 eliminations with the chicken just putting them way up top. So yeah, that's just me being way too high on expectations for the team. But yeah, talking about DRS Killer YT, he is gonna be able to rule the table for highest healing done. Everything else is just a stalwart team member.
That's true. It's just a card which shows what players of Stalwart Esports played the game, except for two. I mean, they definitely had impact of their own. But yeah, second team to be having good number of points is going to be Roy Esports, 15 points for them. DRS have 10. Vion Illuminate 7. And any other team, it's okayish game. 6-5 points is something good for the teams who are in top 3, I'd say. So where you were thinking like, yeah, this game is going to end for us in maybe 2-3 points, getting 6-7 points in that situation is good. For the other teams, though, should be better. It should be a little bit better, especially for the likes of HVDC, who literally had the center of the zone for the most part. But as soon as they had to move away, they were not able to get proper eliminations and got eliminated.
Exactly. Mabetex was able to seal 2 players of HVDC early on in the game. Like the moment HVDC started getting fights, they lost a couple of players and then they just could not recover at all whatsoever. Venom D still gets 5 of their own, but yeah, we are seeing slightly lower performance from the side of IHC today. But then again, they have found themselves in such a concrete position, they're not going to be bothered by that, at least not for the weekly standings. But yeah, in overall, I definitely hope them to try and make their position more and more concrete. But soon enough, we're going to be entering into the map of Miramar, and that's going to be another battle that's going to be very fun to watch, because the way this Irangle has gone, I want this Miramar to just be so filled with drop clashes.
That's true. Miramar is going to be a fun map to play on. So yep. I'm really hoping we see good performance, because this is the only map. This is the only time we will see this map being played. So for sure, Land of DMRs and Cyphers, I'm really grateful that the players have already started using those DMRs. So I am seeing some mini 14 action around the map. So yeah,
it's
I mean,
overall, 98 that wins your heart every time, isn't it?
But see, beggars cannot be choosers, is what I've learned. So right now I'm just begging for people to use either snipers or DMRs. And if they use DMRs, I am all up for it, man. I just want these weapons to be a little bit used. See, winning your heart, the different games win your heart, the different rifles win your heart, but we'll have to work with what we have, right? So that's why I say DMRs being used. I'm super happy about that. The only time I see Kar 98 is out of desperation, because you literally do not find any other weapon down on the ground. People are even preferring shotguns over bolt action snipers.
Yes.
So cannot complain. Plus the reload time or the kachuk time in the Kar 98 is a little bit too much for the players to be comfortable using it. Winchester, on the other hand, could be a better weapon, but then Winchester will take 3 shots on body if you have any sort of armor, which the number of shots will keep on increasing as the armor level goes up. Winchester not a viable weapon. K9 will still 2-shot you, but then on the range that weapon has to be used, delivering 2 shots is not possible 90% of the time. So you have to really focus on that headshot, and that too also does not get you a knock if there's a level 3 helmet. A lot of reasons because of which we do not see. Please, HIGHVOLTAGE, can we buff these weapons a little bit? Maybe in terms of damage, maybe in terms of the range that they can see, maybe in terms of that kachak timing. I don't even know what to call it. It's not the reload time.
I think that's the bolt action time.
Yeah, whatever you do. Can we just decrease it so that the players can instantly fire 2 shots and get the knock? I don't know. Maybe not. But for now, that is where our bolt action rifles sit at.
Absolutely, and bolt action rifles are definitely for that reason being used very little. But whenever they do, I mean, Fritz is literally so happy to see that happen. He has his complete game going on, and suddenly he'll see that happen, and suddenly you can hear it in his voice that he's just so happy. And I might even go ahead to say, if he sees that happen, he might probably even pick that team as a winner, because he's like, I'm gonna predict this team no matter if they win or not.
Nah. It never has been chosen out of concern. So if you choose it out of concern, then yes, maybe. But if you're choosing it out of necessity because you do not have any other weapon getting a knock, Because see, I see teams who have car 98s in the final zone. The second weapon they have is a UMP with 40 ammo left.
Yes.
So of course you will have to pick up that K9. You have no other choice. So that's why that weapon has been used in the previous few games. But yeah, the only thing we can do is hope right now. This map of Miramar has already started, guys, and let's jump right into action. Let's first see if our players are ready or not, and then hop into the game of Miramar.
Exactly. This time 4MB is also gonna be playing the map, so we'll soon figure out if this team is gonna be able to bring another chicken to their names, because they do have one from yesterday. And this is about time that they start showing up to the occasion, because they're still struggling to find their grounding on this week as well. Just like the last one. Not very unusual, but yes, if you compare it to the first week, definitely unusual. But yeah. Oh my god, King of Spades are definitely gonna be happy. Look at them, early drop.
Ah, that's true. Their usual drop is in the game, so they will for sure be really happy. Now the other teams, though, not sure about them, because we see a lot of teams dropping into Valdemar. Chuma Serra is not going to be that easily droppable. Although we know it's 4MV, so of course it does not matter to them. They will still easily drop in that particular location. But the other cities, like even Los Leones, is approachable. Puerto Perico, you can even drop there. So yeah, most of the drops are achievable because of this sort of a plain path.
That's true, and Seal is gonna be happy with Porto Perso and Impala being so close in reach. Mabetex did not try to go for Campo Militar this time, so that's something new, and I'm all for it. I would definitely want to see how this turns out for Mabetex. Let's see how these teams are going to relocate themselves. This time, instead of Faisal, they've sent Deathstorm all the way down south from the side of King of Spades, which is slightly news to me. But then I guess, considering that he's the guy that keeps dying first anyways, it's fine to send him first and then have the rest of the team come in as reinforcements from behind. But I think once the vehicle is acquired, he might go back up north to just, go ahead and reconvene with the team, and then later on try to look for the best rotation possibility for the team. But yeah, as of now, DRS is going to be wanting to go to Hacienda del Patron, which was so close into reach, but it's also so close to Stalwart Esports. It might be trouble like the last time.
Ooh, yeah, that's true. Even, I mean, Seal, STFL, HUDC, all will be in a little bit of trouble considering the zone. 4MP though will be happy. Chuma Serra inside the first circle. King of Space, I'm excited to see Anna, because that is a team who has, for the very first time, been able to get their usual drop into play, and they will be able to loot those small little compounds. Don't know how they find enough loot to sustain for 4-5 zones, but if they're able to do it, who are we to complain?
That's true. As of now, it does seem like King of Spades will be close enough to the circle to actually go ahead and acquire some spot for themselves. Mabetex, however, are taking their longer way in towards Toriamuda. They will be spreading out all towards the northeastern region. I'm not all for it, but I'm also not completely against it, because after the first circle, they will find themselves inside the circle, and that's good enough for the start. The Venom this time, though, did not try to go all the way to Valle del Mar, or are they in the process? I think they are. Yeah, they're gonna go there. It's still inside the circle, so it's not gonna be a question. But yeah, IHC literally in the center of the circle. Montenuevo is where they are. And I feel like this team might be able to deliver a much better position today in this particular game than they did in the last one.
Yeah, that could be true, but we'll have to wait and watch. I mean, time is going to tell. No early drop clashes as such, I believe. So, did we even see a player being popped off, Anna? I don't think so, right?
No, not
So,
yet.
no fights have happened till now.
Not
Now,
yet.
that's a good thing. That's a good thing for all the teams still playing. No early drop clashes means you haven't took any sort of damage. You will have the ability or the chance to have all your 4 players in the game and all sorts of things. So it's a good start for the game. Although content wise, yeah, well, lots of sorry guys, we're not able to force all these teams into a battle, but hopefully we will see a lot of fights happening in the second or maybe the third zone as well, because then again you will have a T2K, STFL, HDC, Seal. Every of these teams will have to rotate inside the zone from the eastern side of the map. So once you decide to do so, that's when you'll have those rotational clashes. That's when you'll have a lot of teams fighting it out, and I hope that we see a lot of action as we did in the map of Erangel.
I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Sign me up. Where's the paper? I'm put my signature on it. But well, as of now, it definitely looks like the drop clashes are something the teams are avoiding. I would definitely want to see it happen as quickly as possible. But as of now, the things are looking much better than ever before because most of the teams have found their spot inside. But the ones that have not, out of them, four are gonna be struggling so bad. It's gonna be fun to watch. T2K, Stronger Fake Love, HVDC, Seal, all of them are gonna have so much hard time trying to walk into the circle. Raw Esports, 4MB, ASL, everyone around the corners. This is gonna be so delightful to have a view on.
Oh yeah, well, would love to see. I mean, how does this game pan out now? STFL, they are in this close range battle where Rig is playing cat and mouse, but finally has to become mouse. Although Jerry has a lot of friends and they are trying to approach into the action. The second one also falls, but essentially XMPL is able to trade him out. Becca now put in a 1v2 of sorts. The revival is being attempted, but what Becca said, I believe, is to survive right now. He just wants to be in this position. He won't be for long because Love just pushes him out. And even though STFL, there was an heroic attempt from one of their teammates, it will be down the drain as both the players will be taken down and T2K will be able to reset.
Well, we'll soon figure out if it is going to be a possibility because as of now, STFL losing players, but on the same time, we're seeing the same thing happen to T2K. They're able to take their revenge, they're able to avenge their players, but it is only going to put T2K on a lower HP and not even knock a single player. T2K is all back up, all ready to get back into another fight, and as far, they seem like one team that is going to be able to survive this wrath. STFL had to pick up their pieces, run away from the spot, and have their vehicles running right far away from T2K as far as possible and as quickly into the circle as they can. Them go, I think they're gonna chase. This is gonna be another Tokyo Drift moment.
Look at this. Sometimes the physics in the game amazes me. For some reason, the vehicles are stuck in this position. I think the sand is a little bit wet because of which the tires are stuck. That could only make sense. Otherwise, no physics in the game. But meanwhile, T2K, they spotted the remaining two players of Team STFL, I guess, and now maybe trying to hunt them down as well. Veeded was in a buggy, and now he's being chased by T2K Love, try to get that get the frag for himself and his team.
Well, we'll soon see if T2K is gonna have the opportunity to keep continuing going this way because they did happen to chase, and now Wendy is gonna be very, very troubled, and there is attack coming in from the side of XMPL as well. Soon the cover will be so good that Love will not have to worry at all. And yeah, as you said, it's not satisfying to say Love. It has to be true Love.
Aha, you get it now, right?
I do.
Now, meanwhile, Wendy has just been taken care of, and it's all down to Senor, I believe, who is all alone for STFL, playing for the position points. And yeah, T2K will be happy with the start that they have. Meanwhile, ASL have also pinned down one of their players. I mean, how many times have we seen ASL and JMEX fight it out this early in the game? I believe every other match, these two teams somehow find themselves maybe rotating, maybe dropping in together and getting those fights. And it's usually ASL who win it out. But then JMEX is able to do one good thing for them and bad thing for ASL, that they eliminate one or two ASL players. So even if ASL have all 4 points, they do not have all 4 players surviving in the next fight.
Well, that's true, and that has got to fix itself as quickly as possible because ASL, if they lose players, they're going to have much lesser grounding into the game. But JMEX does not seem like as big of a threat for ASL anymore because ASL has been delivering much better performance in this recent week. But let's see if these mini 14s are going to be able to get them 4 frags or not, because ASL definitely wants those numbers to go up for themselves to be able to topple the position of IWO, which is going to be super difficult, but then still possible at least by the end of this week. So let's see. They are going in for that first knock, but nobody is going to hide away, and now ASL won't be able to see nobody. Wow, that, yeah.
Yeah, ASL could be able to see nobody, but that nobody is a player, guys. So hopefully, if that did not clear up for you, I'll go ahead and take the opportunity to do so.
You made it
Assassin
worse.
has a 4x on M249. Is that worse or a commentary?
We'll see.
Because I don't think so that M249 is controllable in long range. It's just a weapon made for short range, not to be stopped.
And with that weapon, they're still trying to initiate fight on their own. So we'll see if Assassin is gonna be able to make the best use of it. I mean, he is the assassin after all, so if he sticks to his name, he might probably be able to deliver better on that than we do on our commentary. But yeah,
But
SG
no
and B are
suppressor on
casters, but
M249.
that's true. That's true. That's gonna be even more trouble. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I agree. This is going to be slightly difficult for the side of Team ASL. And well, because JMEX has already withdrawn from the war, they are going to be able to survive slightly longer. But in the meanwhile, T2K is trying to approach. And this is a very unforgiving team today. And they might not let ASL go as easily. So that's another battle that ASL is going to have to deal with. In the meanwhile, though, we are seeing players from the side of Leo Esports, one of the teams that gave huge number of eliminations this week, but did not close games as many as possible. But yeah, they are going to be sustaining very close to IHC, another team with a similar history. They do have chickens this time, but they are trying to give as many elimination points to their team as possible. And Demo is going to be in the crosses.
Spotted.
Nobody, you're going to be knocked,
Yeah.
and he is knocked.
That too with the very less chances of revival. I do see a grey vehicle moving maybe on top of this hill, trying to get that revival as soon as possible. But I don't know if Leo will leave you alone or not. Even the players of DE Venom are around the corner to get those confirmations. Demo is trying to slip back up. Godless has sprayed Slipknot to very little HP and finally will be able to get that knock too. So Leo, they thought that they are heading towards a different team and now have to fight it out against DE Venom. Yes, the trades are there, but all favoring DE Venom because Liquid, the last fightable guy, is nowhere near action. I mean, the action.
Makes so much sense now. But yeah, IHC and D Venom very close to each other, with Liquid having a chance to go ahead for a third party, but optimally would not, considering that most of the players of Leo are very far away, and IHC still has a shot onto Liquid if they try. So yeah, that's gonna be a position that Liquid is gonna struggle in, but the circle still shrinks and it still shelters IHC and Stalwart Esports both. Monte Nuevo being almost the center of the circle, slightly towards the west, but still a hot spot for teams to try and arrive at. DRS, in the meanwhile, approaching from very close to Mabetex Esports, might attract attention, and there would be a point of tension between these two teams, which will be exciting to watch because both of these teams have great caliber, but they haven't been able to deliver, and we're just waiting to see if they are going to be able to do that this week. They still will find themselves in the grand finals, so that's going to be something that's not going to disappoint their fans. We have many for these two teams. But yeah, it's definitely something that we gotta see if we'll put them in a much convincing position to go ahead and seize that chicken from. Seal, in the meanwhile, though, still underwater. I mean, not literally, but like away from the zone, that's why. And still trying to find their way back in, but they have way too many difficulties. One of them being 4MV themselves.
Ooh, okay. That's a fight I'd like to see right now. Did I guys go up top a hill? Just making sure that they have all the information needed in the world. But look at the zone. Even Stalwart is near the center right now. So can Stalwart convert this game or not? Because yeah, Montenegro is going to be the city to watch out for. Zones like these usually are attracted to city. Now that's just my theory. It could be entirely wrong. So you will have to be really careful to see how and where the zone goes and maybe throw in the rotations according to it. But yeah, for now, all these teams on the southern side will put themselves into a fight. I'm sure about that. ASL, 4MB, yeah, they will have to fight it out to get inside the zone unless 4MB decides to move in from the left-hand side, which I believe is not going to be the case. Meanwhile, D Venom Krita gets a knock onto Jade. Even ExoX has been taken down by the player of Team IHC. So this fight also happening around the center of the zone, and Montenegro completely being controlled by just one single team.
OIC is gonna have fun in this position. We can take a look at HVDC as well. They had a bad game last time. Probably they will come back for redemption and take care of DEADEYES guys, who are actually walking in a split of 2-2. Two of them are near DRS and two near HVDC. But in the meanwhile, 4MV investing in a fight against Seal and actually losing players. What is happening today? The tables have been turned and 4MV has been dug deep into 6 feet ground. This is groundbreaking performance from the side of Seal, and they want to continue it by taking care of ASL as well. Will they be successful? or will they fall to the ground soon enough? ASL is able to take care of Seal. What is happening? This is descending order of caliber going in ascending order of frags. How is this even possible for Seal to take care of 4MB and for ASL to take care of Seal? The zone is also now pushing in, and it's not a very cool circle. This is gonna push them even further away, and that's gonna be so much trouble for this team to work out of. This is not looking good at all whatsoever. Let's see. Let's see who survives, who makes the best of it. As of now, they're all gonna be in a sad, sad position, losing players nonetheless. And that means you are not gonna have a good ground walking into the final circles. Or even a good opportunity to walk into the final circles to begin with. 4MB, ASL, Seal, they all got into a battle that was fruitful for nobody at all
Exactly.
other than the teams that did not participate in this battle.
JMEX being one of them.
Yep.
So they will now maybe eat some fruit of that fight. Chari being naded out, but that nade will do literally no damage at all. Now Frag is also around the corner. He is looking to get maybe one knock onto his opponents, onto the players of Team ASL. So let's see if that's the case or not. Prediction time though. Prediction time. Who do you think Anna is going to win this? Let me again ask you first.
I'ma go with DRS this time. I wanted to go for IHC, but they are very, very hardly stuck between way too many teams.
I go with my boys at Stalwart. No problem whatsoever.
Sure.
Just sticking with them. I think they
They
should be.
they did do you good today.
Yeah, and I've already brought back my glasses, so
Oh, nice.
that's another thing I'm looking forward to.
I would
and
love
they've
if
already
you-
started getting frags.
I would love if you don't get the chance to wear them though.
Shut
After
up.
the struggle of actually bringing them back. Let's take a look at what happens further into the game because Seal gets taken out and now ASL already took a bite that is way bigger than they can chew. Already suffering the damage of the cause, and now JMEX will be able to make the best of the situation, find the right room and escape as quickly as possible, leaving Stalwart just aiming into thin air.
Meanwhile, ASL just lost Joker. IHC, Alex still going on, man. IHC is not stopping today. Neither are the players of I'd say Team 4MV. Even they're just down to one. It's dog, but yeah, they finally will be ended out because Krita spots the player down prone again. Easy shots for him, and 4MV with only 2 points on the 14th spot will be taken out of the game.
4MV is definitely not looking good, but the things have started getting difficult for IHC as well. This is the reason I didn't pick them. They are a great team, but right now they are in such a spot that I could not really put my money on their name. Now Demo has already been knocked, King of Spades is already running towards them, and soon enough IHC will have lesser number of players surviving to be able to make it easy for them to walk into the last circle or even make the best of it. King of Spades, though, more like King of Spares in the last game, is gonna be running around right now with only 3 players in total and only one trying to initiate a fight. Now, Deadstorm is gonna be there inside the team just yet. Faisal is also there, and they both are trying to find the players of IHC. However, Deadstorm is not able to put it into a knocked position, but now he does. The retaliation, however, is great enough from the side of Zeol to shut Deadstorm down and make it easier for IHC to go forward with.
All right. Meanwhile, King of Spades have been entirely taken away of the game, and IHC, yes, one of the players is knocked out, but I think the revival will come in. Now, DE Venom, they want to maybe take advantage of this fight. No, I think they just realize that the zone is not with them. They have to focus on the zone first and then move inside, and that's I think what they're eyeing for. Meanwhile, one by one, the players of Team JMEX have already started falling down in that fight against Team Stalwart Esports. Of course, the gun battle is something where Stalwart excel a lot. Unlike the players of Team JMEX, Orange spotted down, another knock happening, but this time around by a player of Team DE Venom.
DE Venom is biting like the snakes, the slithering team that has lost one player but has 4 to their name. Good enough. I mean, this is again not one of the teams that I kind of like expect to see as the winner chicken dinner team as of now. So considering that position, I think it's good enough for you to go ahead and get as many frags as possible, and in the process if you lose a player, that's fine, but if you lose more than that, that's where the things start getting difficult. As of now, it seems like Demo is soon going to be popping his head back up, and that's going to give another opportunity. Oh my god, Rambo has his eye so correctly set onto Demo. Demo is gonna find it really hard. The nade comes in, the knock happens, and now if anyone tries to go ahead and go for that survival, another nade will pop in right on time. Goodness gracious, Rambo, you brilliant, brilliant player.
Rambo, he is still tossing a few utility out. The molly, will it connect? I don't think so. It just went a little bit short. Liquid, on the other hand, has been able to take down one of the D Venom players. And Riley also falls to IHC's aid. So for a second, we thought D Venom will be in control of situation. Liquid from Leo comes in from behind. A player in front of them of Team IHC will take the knock player out. And suddenly, DE Venom left with just one. I know it rhymes, but it does not seem pleasant for the players of Team DE Venom now. IHC, of course they're happy. 8 frags already on the board, all 4 players surviving and looking for more. Because this is a game which I think will be very beneficial for the players of Team IHC.
IC definitely had a great game to their hands. 8 frags to the name, no place down. I mean, I thought this is going to be a very hard battle for this team, considering they were stuck up in a position with so many teams around them, so many fights to take, but they still turned out to be better than every single one that was trying to take that opportunity away. But well, Mabetex right now trying to approach IHC in the meanwhile, and also just for the viewers to know the pick that our prediction went for. We'll see if they are able to seize this off, because T2K Love is already in a very unsuspicious position, is able to throw a nade, and that attracts players enough for Stalwart Esports to go ahead and capitalize knocks on. This is looking good, but now IHC is on the verge of finally losing players as we expected, and one after the other, they keep getting taken down. As of now, I'm still gonna hope for DRS to be able to win this game, because my prediction, I'm pretty stuck up onto it. But well, your Stalwart Esports, they look like they're gonna have a player less to walk in with.
I don't mind. A player less to walk with should really not be a concern for Stalwart Esports when it comes to the gun power. So I don't think so there'll be a lot of trouble for them. Yeah, this zone looks like a little bit difficult to be honest to deal with, because you don't have much idea. Plus you've lost your top fragger in this game. That is in this game he was a top fragger. T2K Love is also still surviving, so he will also play the spoils mode. Meanwhile, DRS is engaging into that fight with the players of Team Mabetex. That's a good fight because again, a long range battle. Desert very away from the player from his own teammates, so this will be a frag confirm for DRS.
Exactly, DRS will be able to make the best out of a fight which was not even going to be retaliated on, and that's the best situation that you can find in a battle royale. Right now, Stalwart Esports players are being spotted, and Tops will not even get the revival happening, because Sanchir is going to be keeping on watching that angle constantly alongside Rogue, and now Stalwart Esports is literally stuck into this position with nowhere to go, nowhere at all whatsoever. HVDC still holding on to that one single compound that you can find inside the circle. They have a couple of players in there, one on the outskirts, and that one player on the outskirts is gonna be facing it off against DEADEYES guys who are running in a wide split of 1-8. Let's see how that turns out. As of now, it seems like HVDC wants to pick as many fights as possible, trying to make the best of the position that they have, and from this compound, looking down at every single team that comes in the vision.
Alright. Let's see though. DRS is still throwing in some shots. Meanwhile, a knock on to Stalwart player as well. Stalwart were trying to take that fight against the players of Team Raw Esports. They've got one knock on to Praveen, but I believe that frag might just get stolen out by the players of Team HVDC. You know, this is the advantage of having a compound in the final few zone. You can always take some shots. You can always be in a good spot overall. Praveen is yet not revived, and I believe Raw Esports, they want to take their own little time before the revival happens. Mabetex Leo though is cooking a nade. Is it towards the players of Team Raw? I don't think so. No, it was stopped for a little bit. Gets thrown inside the smoke, but won't be able to get that knock. DRS though, 3 frags inside the zone. Maybe a little bit of a battle with Mabetex.
Now this battle could be decisive for both of these teams. My pick and the producers. Let's see who wins out here. In the meanwhile though, DEADEYES guys is gonna take care of Raw, who was gonna be my second pick, but then they get taken down, and I'm like happy I didn't choose that. Now Jiro is knocked inside the singular shack, and I don't think there's gonna be any revival that's possible in this spot. So DRS will be going ahead and making sure that they get Jiro completely taken off, and they are successful in that. Now Mabetex is running on lower numbers, so I guess DRS was the safest and best choice to go on with. They have the northern edge, nobody to worry about from the northern side. They have literally a complete clear zone behind them, and all they have to take care of is in front of them. And one of them is gonna be Leo from Mabetex Esports. Let's see how far Leo goes, because it seems like it's not gonna be very far.
And it's definitely not going to be that far, but then we'll have to see how does Leo perform. DRS though, right now, they are in a supreme spot, so your prediction seems to be a good one. Molly is being tossed out by Leo. I don't think so he has any information before tossing those things out, because neither of them connect. But now damage being dealt onto Leo. He is able to get that counter knock onto Raw, but that third party nade from Killer will make sure that Leo has been eliminated. And with that, even Mabetex fight the dust. A few free frags for Killer over here to take, because all these players have been knocked away by the players of Stalwart Esports. And one by one, they all fall. Praveen will also be spotted down, will also be taken down. DRS, not only do they have frags, they have all their 4 players surviving in this stage number 7 zone, and they are still looking for more.
They sure are. They sure are. And considering the current 5 teams that survive, they are looking like the ones with the best numbers on board, because the last 5th team literally has one single player surviving, and that's not gonna be good enough. As of now, Precious Sir is gonna be shot upon. DEADEYES guys losing the last player from their team. It's gonna be an easy possibility for HVDC. They go ahead, acquire it. HVDC and DRS are the only 2 teams that might even be able to fight it off, because the last circles don't look very supportive for Stalwarts or for Raw, considering that their numbers are really, really low. This one was an unintentional ram, and I definitely deserve credit for this.
All right. You can take all the credit you need. You can take
Thank
all the
you.
credit you want. Don't mind. But yeah, this time around, Stalwart still 2 players, so you cannot count them out entirely. I mean, yes, of course, DRS will be the favored ones in this fight, considering the zone is also with them. HVDC have only 3 players, so this looks like a fight between the players of Team DRS and HVDC. Well, where Stalwart will try to play that third party role. So that's something that you'll have to keep in mind.
That's true. They can. They definitely can. But here's the thing. They're literally stuck in that completely open shed. And that's going to be super tricky for them to even try to make their way back out. The moment they're out of there, they will be shot upon. The moment they're trying to relocate, they will be shot upon. So that's just something that I'm slightly worried about for Stalwart. If they were in a much better position, I would definitely still not count them out. But because of their position, they seem to be even in a more riskier position that they actually would be, considering just the numbers of players that they have. Now, if you take a look at the numbers of players, it is definitely looking DRS favored, but when you take the position into consideration, it seems like HVDC and Stalwart Esports both are literally concealed. The moment they walk out, they're done for, and that's where the problem is. Before walking out, they're gonna have to find as many frags as possible, and for Stalwart, that seems very difficult, because all the players of DRS are up high top onto the ridge, and it's gonna be very hard to spot them. And well, it's the end of Stalwart, I guess. HVDC knocks and DRS confirms the flag. Great job, guys. Go for it.
Third party. That's what's happening right now. HVDC also spamming the Stalwart players. They attempted. They tried at least. Okay, they tried.
They did, yeah.
It's just the zone that did not support them, because of which we're not in the best possible situation. It's okay, Stalwart guys. You tried your level best. 5 elimination, 3rd spot is still not that bad.
10 points.
But now
in
the
total.
major fight happens. HVDC versus DRS Gaming. The fight to get that chicken dinner. This is the battle I am looking forward to.
I think it's gonna be a slower battle than the one we expected, but Rogue comes out in the open completely alone. The players of DRS do realize that it could be a trick, it could be an illusion, it could be a distraction, and they are going to keep their eyes out for the remaining 2 players as well. But Rogue is definitely putting a target on his back, and he is going to suffer for that. There are going to be consequences. The rest of the team tries to arrive at the same exact location, and now they're all being shot upon. Very little HP on one, very little HP on the other. Rogue is the only one healthy enough to go ahead and take this fight. There is going to be revival, and it is going to be possible, but now they are finding themselves in that particular shack, which was was already very difficult to stay inside. These smokes can give you cover, but not for very long. Rogue is about to get knocked. DRS is trying to march forward. They realize there's very little HP on one of the players, and now DRS will be wrapping around from every single angle that is disposed to the team. HVDC, why are you digging your own grave, going to the lower ground, putting yourself in an open space, just using the cover of smokes? This is so bad right now.
The problem here is for DRS, because I do not see good ammo left for Delta, and this problem has to be throughout DRS because they've been spamming a lot. So that could be a little difficult thing, but no, the nades will do the job. You just need these throwable utility to get the job done for you when the team is in such a difficult spot. They just are being reign supreme, one after the other, but they're not catching the players. Okay, so Rogue and Sancheer still stand. Another nade being thrown in at them does not get the knock. Rogue tries to throw another from the right hand side. The knock still does not come. Ryuk has not been revived yet, but Rogue is still sitting still. Roos has the ammo, so has the capability to shoot at, and HUDC will be forced out of the area. They will be forced out of the angle.
Will shoot them down.
And essentially they were hoping that they'll get the knocks with the nades. That's not the case, and one by one they keep falling down. And DRS get a chicken and prove your prediction correct. Go get your glasses, girl.
Like, very sorry to disappoint you, but I don't have that many glasses to begin with, and also I cannot see with goggles. I have like, these are prescription glasses. I can't see without these. It was very hard for me to try and support Equal Void the last time because I was literally struggling to see what's on the screen. But DRS, nothing taken away from them. 13 flag points and 10 placement points. They are literally on 23 in total, which is looking super good for DRS. I mean, this team has won my heart.
Make it clap.
Come on, Anna.
Struggling to find himself.
Yeah. Now the audience hears you.
Oh my goodness.
You can repeat it again. You can repeat it again.
Okay, I will go ahead and do that. Okay, welcome back everyone to PMPL SA Fall 2023. I'm your host Anna, and with me on desk is Fritz. And Fritz, he has found his glasses, but now he cannot find his predictions anymore. So show some love for the dude. He is very sad right now. You can see it on his face how he stays sad. Like, this is one of those times when there's a line from a song from Jagjit Singh, like, "Tum itna jo muskura rahe ho, kya gum hai jisko chupa rahe ho." He's literally hiding his pain by this laughter.
Okay, no, that's true because Stalwart were not able to do good. But hey, guys, don't get me wrong. I'm happy for DRS as well. Okay, so DRS played great. That's good. Prediction correct. 8-6. It seems like the days which I get the prediction correct, she also is the lucky one. But then on days which I'm not able to get the prediction correct, she still does not. I don't care. I'll still stick to my
Yeah,
same
now you
line.
don't care.
I don't care. I do a little bit because my glasses are just right behind me. I want to show them off, but I cannot on my enemy's prediction. But it's okay.
Enemy? Excuse me.
I hope I get my correct prediction in the upcoming third game.
Hopefully, we'll see soon enough. But yeah, let's take a look at the people who showed the most impact into
Let's
this
go.
particular match because you definitely failed in that part. But yeah, Rules with 3 eliminations of himself got DRS's flag still flying right up high.
So all the people, I mean, I saw recently chat a lot, and all the people were complaining that DRS are a little bit passive. What are guys talking about? I just saw 10 plus frag chicken dinner for
13.
DRS.
Yeah.
13 frag chicken dinner. There we have it. Instant correction. 23 points. That's not passive. That's of course really good. They just matched the numbers Stalwart Esports said the previous time. So that's really good for Team DRS Gaming. They definitely are a team to be looked out for. Plus, if they are able to replicate the same, see, top 16, they're done. They have qualified with this sort of a performance. They should easily be able to get themselves a slot in top 15. Yes, the overall points will be a little bit lower as compared to any other team because the number of bonus games that they've played plus the rankings that they've got is not enough. But then if they are able to continue games like these on the map of Miramar, if they are able to get chicken dinners again and again and again, they will be a team to look out for in the grand finals because then the points table will be entirely reset. You'll only carry a few points with you in terms of the bonus points. But after that, it's all on the 15 games you play.
That is true. And by the way, that reminds me, I have to give you a tiny little trick, my friend. This is how
Okay.
you predict the right team during
You just
Miramar.
threw away.
No,
But
yeah.
okay.
No, yeah, truly. On Miramar, if it's a Monte Nuevo or a Hacienda del Petron circle, and DRS has a good position and all numbers, they are going to win 8. That is literally the bottom line of it. Every single time when it has been those circles and they've had players towards the, after even 3 stages, they have won it. So that's just one tiny trick that I know for this particular team in this particular map. But yeah, that works every single time. And yes, there we have it. 23 points for themselves. And look at the difference. Stalwart is literally 13 points behind the complete number of eliminations.
That's true. Stalwart Esports, they did have a good position over here. 10 points, not that bad. But DEADEYES guys with 5. ASL with 3. Surprised to see 3 points for ASL because usually this team gets eliminated very early on. 4 MV though, surprised to see them here. 2 points is now where they should be. They should have been, but yeah, that fight on the southern part of the map did not bear fruit. Did not bear fruit for all of these players. So
Yeah,
I think 4MV really need to perform better on the upcoming games.
exactly. They got their players picked off by Seal. Seal got their players picked off by ASL. It was a whole cycle going on there and completely in the descending order. But well, the first map was taken by Stalwart, second by DRS. We've both gotten our predictions right today. Maybe we're getting back in the game. But the next game is going to be that of Erangel. And that is one that we like the most.
Yeah, Erangel is definitely our favorite map. But after that, we also have Arena. So Arena is what I'm excited to see because that's one position where only 2 teams fight. So no third parties.
True.
You will get the best team available in the 4v4. Not the best because there have been a lot of games which have ended 39-40. Could have gone either way. That I mean would have literally meant that team would have been better, but add a lot of calculation. I just want to say that the team winning will not be the best possible team. You will still have a lot more permutations and combinations to work it out. But the game we saw yesterday, I believe it was HVDC who won, right? HVDC? Or was it Raw?
I think it was
One of these
HVDC.
teams.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of these teams did win
Wait,
it out.
HVDC still hasn't played, if I'm correct. Like, they are in round of 3
Okay.
and they're probably in the bottom 2 teams. Like, I think
Whichever
it
team
was
basically
between
won
HVDC
yesterday,
and
my point
Mabetex
being.
that was done. Yeah.
My point being, whichever team won yesterday is the favorites to win the tournament, according to me. Because
Okay.
the aggressive gameplay, the aggressive game style that they have, the way they know how to use Groza, is just amazing. It's just amazing to see how they just run around the map and start getting those flags. But hey, here we go with the second map of Erangel, third map overall, and let's see the plane path. Let's have a look at where this line is going from. I don't see Zargi on the right. It's a little bit of a central plane path, I believe.
I think it's
Sides
going
are
all the way
completely
from
equal.
north towards southeast. I think that's how it's going. Center north to
shooting range.
southeast. Yes, I am right.
Central plane path also
Yeah,
does the
correct.
exact same thing.
Yeah.
Never mind, Hana. You always just want to prove me wrong, huh?
I
It's
am
exactly
more
the same
detailed.
thing.
I'm more detailed.
Nobody cares. But yeah, ending around nowhere Pnoy. So this is going to be a plane path good for both Stalwart and 4MB.
Well, we'll definitely see both of them trying to go ahead and acquire the spots that they really, really want. As of now, Stalwart hasn't taken that drop. We'll soon find out if it's gonna be Gatka or if it's gonna be no rep. As of now, we are not seeing IHC in this particular game. So the team that was trying to claw back in onto the overall leaderboard, who have already secured a great position in the weekly leaderboard, are going to be missing from the game. But yeah, I do also see Mabetex Esports being missing from here. That was another team that I was having a lot of hopes from. But DRS is there, Stalwart is there, SKYLIGHTZ is there, 4MB is there. Four great teams are already inside the game, and they're going to be able to find themselves the right spots to be at. And if you take a look, then it's definitely going to be Stalwart and 4MB towards the southern island. We can already spot DRS trying to go towards Milta. And if you take a look at the players of SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, they are going to sustain on Yasna Apollana as usual. And there probably might be a drop clash with Stronger FAKELOVE. Probably. Not very sure, but might be.
All right, all right. Well, it'll be definitely fun to watch how the game progresses because look at the play zone. It's all the way up north as you said, and now the teams will have to focus on the rotations a little bit.
That's true.
Two,
And we've seen
four,
T2K
yeah, yeah.
win twice in this circle.
Have they?
Yes, twice. The same circle. T2K has won it. But then it generally has to be a circle that keeps shifting north slowly and steadily. So let's see if the second circle is going to be falling off on the same prediction line, because then it might be a game that T2K might be able to capture for themselves. It happens once in a blue moon, but it happens.
Okay, okay. Well, I'm interested to see the game pan out. IAW for sure is going to be one of the teams who is present around the city of Georgiapol, and I think IHC is not playing this game because of which
Yep.
we see Seal taking their place. Again, adaptive drops is something this entire community of PMPL SA 2023 is very aware about.
Exactly, and they are making sure that they get each other's spots in the perfect timing and not have it contested by multiple teams. So there's great awareness even of this fact that if there are other teams who try to adapt accordingly, will they be going to the same spot or not? Because I've not seen drop clashes happening onto the reason of multiple teams trying to just go to one single spot, which has been evacuated by one of the teams that is not in the zone. Sorry, not in the playing groups. But well, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming just not having a good day to begin with at all. They're losing players left and right, up and down already. Just the game has just started and they already lost one. This is so upsetting.
The early loss of players is never good. But let's see. I mean, if either of these teams, face any sort of elimination, yeah, there we go. Skylight just the player found, the player taken down, and STFL early elimination point for them.
Well, Stronger FAKELOVE with that one extra point in their packets already is looking good enough. As of now, they are going to have one player who needs healing, but that's going to happen soon enough. Right now, he only has boosters, so he's going to munch upon them. But soon enough, there will be healing aids available for the player to go forward with. This is tricky, but he's doing it. Let's hope he doesn't fall to death, and he doesn't. Good enough. Fine, Becca. Cool. Creative.
Yes, STFL. STFL is one of the teams which I think is in a spot where they know how to take 4v4 fights, but essentially lose players during battles. Because I still remember this team started to grow in week number 2, right? They were able to
End
get
of
good number
week
of
one.
points. Even in early week 2, I think in day 1, day 2, they were showing good performance. But after that, they've been absent. I mean, I've not seen good games happening from Team STFL at all. What could have been the
Exactly.
problem for them?
I'm not very sure, but they definitely have been taken down from their 16th position. They were hardly surviving to be able to make it into grand finals, and they lost the spot. Who did they lose it to? They lost it to IHC, and then IHC kept mounting on forward and forward. And now the thing is, STFL's spot is acquired by IAWO, and even though that team is not delivering any amazing great games, they're delivering constant good games. So they're able to sustain that position, and STFL is having a really hard time trying to find themselves in the grand finals.
Now, let's see though. The other teams around, Stalwart Esports, they've already started off with their rotations, which is a good thing considering they have to rotate for a very, very long distance because the zone is all the way up north. But then again, who stops IC from looting every unlooted little compound? This guy just stops the vehicle as soon as he sees the first set. Bros, I got one med kit. Thank you. And they just loots it out and will start off with this rotation. It's just small little things that I like. I have fun about watching Team Stalwart Esports. 4MV are yet very isolated from each other, very focused on their loot, making sure that they also do not leave any nook or cranny in the city of what do we call this, military base? It's not a city, but it's a structure.
Yep. So from military base, they are finally gonna be starting to move ahead. The bridge does have JMEX's presence on the other end, but I don't think that's gonna be a team to worry about, nor are they trying to guard the bridge at all to begin with. So that's an easy peasy entry for the side of 4MV, and also a very uncontested one. If you talk about the teams towards the southern region, we do have JMEX trying to make their way back in, and so for 4MV, already mentioned. But now towards the eastern side of the southern region, we have Stalwart Esports, DRS, and Venom DE. These three teams are slightly more proactive when it comes to taking fights and comes to being in a situation of being in a duel. And I think they might actually start a clash while rotating. And DRS, considering they recently won their match with such a good point on their overall board, I think they will be in a slight more confident position, which will push them to take the battle as quickly as possible. So this is one fight I'm going to be super interested in watching, because if DRS and Stalwart Esports clash among themselves, the Venom, one of the teams who generally does not respect the circle, will actually have a shot at making a third party appearance and coming in with a cameo, popping a couple of heads, and then going back into the circle.
All right. Well, we'll have to see how the game goes right now. The circle has already started to close in, so all these teams have also started their rotation. But yes, JMEX 2 players are still around Ferry Pier. Do they go for the third party? Not the third party, but a rotational clash against 4MV.
I think they won't. They won't choose to. But 4MV might initiate it. You never know. It's a 2-2 split from the side of JMEX. The players are very far away to actually go ahead and revive anyone. And the ones battling the blue might have a hard time into the fight anyway. So it might be an easy position for 4MV to acquire a couple of points. They desperately need some. So, I mean, I'm all for it. If 4MV wants to initiate that fight, all power from me to them.
All right. JMEX though, let's see how do they want to continue the game, because all the four players for now, they do survive. T2K on the other hand, now you said it, now it will be in my mind if T2K is able to get the chicken. Maybe not, but still, if they are somewhere around the circle,
they're literally in the center of it.
For now. But when the prediction comes, that's what I'm saying. So when the prediction comes, if they're somewhere around the circle, haha, thank you for the cheated.
I mean, it's fine. It's not like I want to compete with you. I'm just giving you slight little patterns that I've noticed in all of this time. Like early on, we realized that whenever it's a Sosnovyka military base circle 4MV definitely gets it. It happened in the first week over and over, but then it stopped happening. T2K is consistent with that. They are able to deliver chickens whenever it comes to this circle, and they are playing. And similar can be said about DRS in the previous map, as we discussed earlier. So yeah, I'm cool with you using those cheats, but then again, it kind of has to slightly depend even on the number of players that survive and the position that they have inside the circle. But yeah, if they do have a good position and good numbers, they are gonna win it. That's obviously a sure shot. But yeah, Groza has arrived in the drop box. We see a lot of Groza action during the TDM, but not as much during the generic games. And look at ASL taking a fight with a much bigger fish, and still being able to hook it.
That's true. Let's see. ASL, yeah, that's a confirmation too. For a second, I thought the confirmation is going to be a little bit dicey, but nah, that's available at the same time. So let's see. IAWO on the other hand, I don't know what they're doing right now, but I believe they know that Leo Esports is in close proximity, so they are throwing smokes, making sure that the vehicles are safe and secure, and they'll be parked behind the compound, I believe. Meanwhile, NBeSports, all 4 players in 2 different compounds. By experience, I'm telling you, this is not a good compound to hold NBeSports by experience, because this house is made up of nothing but glasses. You have windows on literally all 4 sides. You will be bombarded on every other angle, and as soon as you try to get out of the compound, that's exactly what will happen. Third party, you cannot save your vehicle from any other angle. So right now you're literally just testing your luck while trying to just be in this particular compound. That's not fun being here.
I kind of agree. Your points make a lot of sense. Let's see if NB Esports is going to be able to realize this in the right amount of time, because if they take too long, they might be taken down very quickly. But well, in the meanwhile, T2K is trying to approach the occasion. If they do lose a couple of players here, then the whole plan goes to shambles. But if they do survive, then it's gonna be a good enough position for T2K to hold on to. Now again, considering the fact that this is one of those places which is gonna be super risky to survive in, very few teams will suspect that these places are gonna be acquired by a team or the other. So that's one reason this might not become a center of attraction, and that might give an opportunity for NB Esports to go ahead and acquire some frags to themselves. But then that's about it. You get maybe one knock, and then a retaliation fire comes in, you're taken down, you're done for. All you could do was probably take one player down from the other side. So that's not the most optimal situation, but yeah, that benefit will be with you for a couple of seconds into the early fight. T2K, though, I think Turulav is going to be doing the work of scoping out the region as much as possible. And here's the problem. From here, even if NB Esports get a knock onto any of the T2K players, because it's a hilly region, they are going to be able to fall back and revive and get back into the fight. So it's not looking very risky. But Stalwart Esports, I see. Buddy, you are playing with fire, but it's fine because you're ice yourself. It's going to balance things out.
Oh, okay. Now, Sekujin, look at this. He has also knowledge about the players of team DEADEYES, guys, and Slayers are tapped upon. Shots being thrown in, so you're just making your presence felt. Now, let's see. I mean, for now, every team is trying to, settle inside the zone, find a good spot. But that's a fight I'd love to see for MV Stalwart. And it's a close range battle because there's an AK knock. Doc
And
will
it's
also
a
be able to
confirmation.
confirm that frag. So, yes, 4MV, early lead for them.
They sure are in an early lead. They have all their 4 players alive, and they also have the right kind of weaponry to go ahead into this fight with. In the meanwhile, though, BITX fighting it off with IAW. Oh, look at Woofus. He's just trying to surmount with his shotgun. He gets a knock. He will be able to find the confirmation as well. And the rest of
Oh,
the
he gets
team is
another.
getting taken down by the Venom as well. Stalwart, however, retaliated in the right time.
1v3.
They're able to get a knock onto 4MP. But this 1v3 by BITX, this was so unexpected. Even another team tried to come in the way, but he was able to deal it all off. Wow.
What a great job by 90. He got that first knock with a shotgun, and literally 10 meters away, the buggy guy deleted. He could not even get out of the vehicle. He just got deleted a shotgun with a shotgun in his face. What a clutch from 90, man. BIDX CMF. Lucky to have him. I mean, yes, he won't be able to get any of the revivals, but at least we'll make sure that even if it comes to elimination, his team has at least 3 points in the bag.
That's true. That is good enough for the start as of now. But yeah, 90 is gonna have a very hard time trying to walk out of here because IAW already was invested in a battle against them. Woofus was the one to confirm the first frag, but then the presence of the Venom scattered the whole team, and that made BITX find themselves a couple of frags and also find themselves a way out. Now IAW might want to chase this player and confirm that last elimination point as well, and hopefully they will find him and get into another battle. However, it's gonna be a scary one because he's just done a 1v3 recently and he has had enough time to reset. Mr. Boro now being pushed on by the circle, but it's an early circle, it's not gonna give as much damage, so they're gonna be fine. But 4MV, the moment they're back in the circle, they're looking for players. Mr. Boro has been taken down and 4MV is out for blood. Oh, Doc.
Now let's see, SKYLIGHTZ could be the next one.
No,
Although
clear is
they
not
have just
spotted.
stopped their vehicles in very difficult spot. Because I see both the players being pinched upon, but they just deal with all these players. And 4MV will get more points on the board. DRS on the other hand has shot down a player of Team STFL, and Refast will not be a part of the game any further. They are looking to take down some players of the remaining players of Team 4MV, I should say. But not getting a clear
Wow.
angle. Doc also is buggy being tapped out, but all of these players will just rotate away from here. But here we go, Ahana. According to you, T2K is going to be a little favored, but then again, I'll just give you the first chance to maybe pick T2K and I'll go with some other team.
Actually, T2K does look like they're in a great position to be able to close this off, and I do want to go with them. But this time, I am gonna put my faith into DEADEYES, guys. I'll give you another option to actually come back into the fight and
Okay.
get your numbers up.
Nah, but then I'll not go with them. Nah, that's the thing about me.
Okay, if you're not gonna
you
go with
can-
T2K, then I'm going with T2K. I'ma switch
No
it
problem. No problem. You switch it up to T2K. Let's go. Echo Boy, change. Yeah, there we have it. This time I'll go with DRS. Let's
up.
go.
Okay.
I believe DRS. I believe in DRS supremacy.
All
The
right.
second time. Come on, DRS guys. Yeah, there we have it. Another knock coming on to Baron. And I think 4MA, the way that they've lost players, for them to continue in the game is definitely going to be a hard thing to do.
That is true. T2K as well. One of their players is way too stuffed into this position. Jane right now has way too many players going right in front of him, but the rest of the team is literally in position to be able to take care of this. So this 3-1 split, even though it looks very, very risky, is working fine for T2K so far. And now Jane is also going to find himself a vehicle to run away with. So that's an escape plan that's working fine for now. DRS still trying to find their way inside the circle, and in the meanwhile, ASL taking care of DEADEYES, guys. Thank God I switched around.
All thanks to me, huh? Okay, all thanks to me because I did not take T2K. So that's I saved you from another early bad prediction. Meanwhile, JMEX as well into that early fight with the players of Team Seal Esports. They've got one knock, but then again the trades have happened, and JMEX they will still survive. The revival will also come in, and all of the 4 players in the game. Now this is the first for JMEX.
Let's see how JMEX is gonna be performing here. Once Seal is taken down, they might be in a better position. Leo gets frags after frags onto NBeSports, and our producer's prediction starts coming into play. He has predicted Leo, by the way, just so you guys know. And right now, it seems like JMEX is gonna be suffering some loss from the side of Seal. This is not the best position, and Seal is not looking like they have any confusion about it. They have realized it was a mistake, and now they're gonna suffer the consequences of their actions. JMEX picking apart players. When did this start happening? Am I missing something?
Maybe not. I do not know. But meanwhile, yeah, Seal, they've got one knock on the other side of the map. So Frag maybe has no, never mind. That revival is also not coming because Kirito has an angle. For a second, I said JMEX were looking good, and suddenly they're not. Kirito has been dropped down to very little HP, but the guy still survives. So that's one good thing for Team Seal. But on the other hand, JMEX at 2 frags again have lost a player in a fight that they were looking really, really powerful. They've lost that edge.
The edge has been lost as well as the fight. Fearless now is back in game alongside Kirito, and this is not gonna be one to win. It's a 2v3. Actually, let me correct myself. It is a 2v3. JMEX with those nades is gonna be able to take care of players from Seal, and if they walk out, that's gonna be another opportunity for JMEX. However, it completely depends on the number of throwables that JMEX has, because considering this is literally the edge of the circle, it's not gonna be very necessary for Seal to actually walk out of this compound. So let's see how it goes. In the meanwhile, though, DRS, congratulations. I love your predictions.
I know, okay. For now, let's just focus on the fight we have, okay? Now, Seal Kirito,
Yeah,
close range
sure.
battle. And the Vector will reign supreme. Not just for one, but for the second one as well. Switches the weapon, wants to take another battle, and takes down nobody. Kirito, over here he pulled out a 1v3, but already had taken down a player of JMEX. And my god, it was a 3v2, but everyone just falls to one guy.
Oh goodness, JMEX. I was correct. They were not gonna be picking a whole team apart. But anyways, We are finally back into the game of the teams that really are gonna be having any shot at actually making it towards the chicken dinner. So let's see what's happening here. ASL lost a player already. Joker had 2 frags for himself, and in the meanwhile, we are seeing Deadeye's guys suffering from this nade pressure coming in from the side of ASL. However, doesn't seem like they're gonna be falling back either because both the teams have enough throwables to go ahead into this fight. But I would definitely suggest them not to use all of them at one single place. Just like my mom tells me after my salary, don't use it all in one single place. Yeah, don't do that. That's a loss.
Okay. All right. Not going to comment on your spending habits though. Deadeye's guy is over here. Still taking that battle and now seem to be in a prime position. Meanwhile, DRS says goodbye to the game. At least they had 5 eliminations to back themselves up, so not the worst possible one. But yeah, now Deadeye's guy is pushing it onto ASL. Chari, he has been spotted down. The shotgun. How does it work from so far? I still cannot get it. But Deadeye's guys can, because of which they've been able to get that elimination as well. Wow, just wow.
It is definitely one of those things that make you go wow, and I'm hearing that amazement in your voice. In the meanwhile, though, T2K is still with all 4 players alive, everyone looking healthy, everyone able to make their way back inside the circle, good enough positions, and they look like they got this covered. They also have huge area control inside the circle. I mean, I'm talking like a few seconds into the future. The moment they walk in, they are gonna have a huge area control inside the circle. But Leo and 4MB, these two teams are trying to scope out way too much area inside. Now, dealing with 4MB is gonna be necessary because this is one of those teams that runs around the whole area. It's one single player, but he is literally having his buggy on and he's moving around every single place he finds. Dealing with him will make it easier for the information to stay concealed and kept away from all the other players. But let's see how it goes because 4ME and Stalwart Esports both look like they are going to be taken out hand in hand.
All right, Leo though right now, Nova, he's in a good spot. Just is chilling around here. T2K meanwhile engaged into that fight against the players of team STFL. The Molly was good. Molly was a good attempt, but then the players are inside the shack, so the revival is being attempted. Meanwhile,
Wow.
the Rig is able to confirm that frag onto Senior, although he got shot from a different angle, and I guess it was from 4MV. That's a fight I would like to avoid, or maybe even from the players of team Leo Esports. I don't exactly know which team that was. BST2K pushing in. STFL is not going to be comfortable, man. Not going to be comfortable at all.
Let's see, Deadeye's guy is also getting shot upon. T2K is not trying to conceal their position at all. They're just barraging into any fight that they can find on their hands. And right now, Stronger FAKELOVE are going to be the prey that they prey upon. Alrighty. Shooting nades standing right in front of the face and then being knocked by your own teammate? Congratulations, T2K. A game you could have won, you do this to yourself. But it's still
Nah,
just
but
a knock.
yeah,
The revival
exactly.
can happen.
Never mind.
But trust me, this was so disappointing. So disappointing.
Yeah, XMPL can still get the revival because Love was able to nade one of the players of Team Deadeye's guys, so they will fear to peek that angle for a little while. Meanwhile, Rick can, of course, just push in, get that revival onto XMPL, get him back up. But then the problems start happening for the other players as well. Meanwhile, T2K Love just steals out a frag from the last remaining player of 4MV. He was the one who gets that knock, but the kill gets confirmed by the T2K guy. So T2K also making sure that they have good number of frag points to supplement the position points that they will get after a top 5 finish if they're able to get it. Smokes being deployed by Yatauta have a lot of control, man. Leo literally have a lot of control. The only
That is
problem
true.
right now will be Seal Kirito, and as soon as he gets taken down, I guess they just could march towards that chicken dinner.
I agree. They sure could. But here's a problem with Leo. One thing that I've seen, they can be good in fights. They can be good in holding the position for a really long time. But when it comes to closing the game, I've hardly seen this team being able to make the right moves. So that's where I'm slightly worried. Like they have had a great position inside the circle for a really long time. But that makes me worry. However, the numbers advantage right now is definitely going to be putting them in a much better situation overall. But I still feel like I'm going to, keep my bets onto T2K rather than on Leo. Maybe once even on Deadeye's guys,
Mhm.
but Leo definitely scares me when it comes to actually grabbing the chicken. They could have great number of points in total, but the chickens are something that they literally repel chickens like they're vegetarian.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll have to see how the game goes on, because still, look at this Leo. All the four players are in a good spot. Stalwart and 4MV still surprise me a little bit, because both these players are still surviving. Solo remaining players, of course, but they've been able to get themselves in top 5. That's a good game for either of them, considering they did not have a good start. Shifu sir, he is also very, very far away. Needs to get inside the zone. The only Deadeye guy who is not inside the zone. So I believe as okay, never mind. It was a Slayer who just now used the vehicle to get in. But on the other hand, T2K slowly and steadily also marching their way inside the zone. Leo comes in from the other direction, but now Leo also have to take care about Doc, because he is also around the sidelines of Team Leo.
All right, scouting is going on from the side of T2K. The smokes will come in right on time just to protect the players. Now the position has been revealed by Rig. I think he has been able to find out a player from the side of Deadeye's guys, and that should be good enough for the players to actually find out where exactly the teams are located and have a complete idea of which team is getting taken down at what point of time, and that should make things slightly easier. But Leo still trying to initiate a fight against T2K. Of all the teams alive, why T2K? Keep them for end, no, so that even they can have a balanced fight. You can drop a player in the process.
Oh, let's see. The IC got spotted down and he gets taken down by Slayer. So Stalwart eliminated on the 5th spot with just 1 elimination point. But now Deadeye's guys, they have a fight on their hands. Turu Love, slowly and steadily sneaking his way onto the players of Deadeye's guys. Leo, I think they should have now spotted down Doc, right? How is Doc still surviving? The buggy is literally near him. The buggy goes away from him. But Doc does not shoot. He's like, bro, I'll just survive. Get me to top 2 and then I'll shoot. My gun does not function before I get into top 2. That's what Doc is doing. And look at the zone. It again forms on him. He is just a bush right now. He is just an earthworm on this map of Erangel, but it seems to be working.
It sure is. It sure is. Now Leo has way too much area control onto the map. They also have a vehicle trying to run around and find as much information as possible. The nades are going to be tossed. Not too much value though. But yeah, they have an idea of where Deadeye's guys are. Once this team is dealt with, it's going to be a 3v4v1 in which I expect Doc to play spoil sport, and considering the position on this player, the players he will be taking down will be from Leo. Okay, a confirmation comes in. Leo has dropped another bullet. And now it seems like players are going to be taken down one after the other. T2K trying to capitalize on the fight gets another. Deadeye's guys has been taken care of. But out in the open, Turula, what are you doing there? Shifu sir will be able to find you, but not enough damage to get you dealt off with. Now it looks like a 2v2v1v3. And the players who have the most numbers are going to be from T2K.
Oh, alright, T2K looking real strong now. Leo, the ones who had that advantage, are in a troubled position. Love though, he is still trying his level best. And also gets another frag onto Deadeye's guy. Shifu sir eliminated. Rick trying to get that run over. Does not happen. Slayer sir with the DBS goes boop boop boop. And Leo from behind want to get that third party. Nades being thrown in. Nades being tossed towards Slayer. But he gets the reset. Just as the reset comes in, the nade also falls. So he needs to get another first hit before anything bad happens. But with that, Deadeye's guys will be taken down. Turula surviving in a 1v2 here. XMPL cannot be given that revival. But I don't think so. Leo
I think he is being revived.
Now he is.
Yeah.
But I don't think so. Leo Nova finally will. Nova will know. The round over comes in onto the knocked player. But Nova, he came out of the vehicle. The nade blasts off. Turulav, very little HP. Molly to follow up. He does not want Turulav to reset. The Molly will connect. Force Turulav in an open. Yeta Uta misses a lot of his shots. And now the close-in win come in. Turulav spotted down as he was trying to prone down. Hides behind a tree, but there's a still nade being cooked out. The nade goes out but a little bit too far away. The shotgun around the corner. And Leo wins it out. A big whiff, but essentially it has been able to be countered, and Leo Esports with that chicken dinner.
Way too close. Way too close. There was only 20 HP remaining on the last player of Leo Esports, but he manages to do the job, manages to deliver the last shot from his DBS and takes away this winner chicken dinner. Beautifully done. Very well executed. no flaws at all except for the whiff that came in, which should have actually closed the game earlier, but it's fine. It happens. With that, they are gonna have 10 eliminations and 20 total points. Good going, guys. They acquire the 12th spot overall.
Make it clap.
Alright guys, welcome after a short little break. We are back with PMPL SA 2023. My name is Fritz. With me will be back again Ahana. This time around for the Arena TDM battle. So that will be a fun one. Also with a little more statistics. None of us got our predictions correct. Nobody was close either. So that does not matter. Did you get it right? No. Now we'll be moving on to the match MVP as well. I know it was close because Leo whiffed a lot of his shots and whiffed a lot of his utility. That's why it was very close. The Molly should have connected long back. Who got the chicken? Who got the chicken? And once again, nobody can hear you. So great job done on that, Ahana. But now we will be looking at the MVP of the game. I believe it's a guy from what? Leo, T2K, DEADEYES guys. Who knows? We'll have to wait before the screen comes in front of us.
I mean, I think it could also be 4MB. They had like 6 eliminations to themselves, but they only had one player surviving for a really long time. So you never know.
But then 4MB got most of their frags very early on when they were
okay, yeah. So then it might not be. Then it might not be him. Yeah.
You'll need to take that into account as well. But yeah, it was a fun game. It was a fun game to watch. Nepali domination, sign me up, count me in, because all these fans are Nepali regional fans, so they will be very happy with the performance that their teams have given. DEADEYES guys, T2K, they did not care. They just wanted either of them to win. They just did not want. Is Leo even Nepali, or is it from a sport of the other region? We'll have to. I'll have to check about that. Don't know if they could be Mongolian, right?
They could be. I don't know. I'm not gonna be able to tell you that.
That's correct. So I mean, for sure the players will be happy, the region will be happy. And now let's have a look. Let's have a look at who the MVP of this particular game is. It is going to be T2K TuruLove. Now you have it TuruLove, but why is it love in game? That's
unfair to casters.
Yeah, I know. TuruLove here. TuruLove sounds good. That's a really beautiful name. Let it be.
I would definitely file a petition from you to this player. But yeah, he did get himself 3 eliminations with 1088 damage. So he has every right to decline that petition.
I mean, yeah, that's correct too. So meanwhile, let's have a look at the players that had an impact in the game. DEADEYES guys, Yetauta from Leo, 5 eliminations overall. Shifu getting 4 for DEADEYES guys. So they also did show a good performance. And yeah, the only 3 teams over here. So the Yetauta for Leo was the one who did the major heavy lifting. 10 frags is what Leo had, right? So half of them by Yetauta. That means this guy really had a good game overall. And yeah, we also get that confirmation. Leo is that Nepali team. So Nepali domination all over the map in this map of Irangel.
Exactly. But yeah, 4MB did show high number of assists, with Doc having 3 assists of his own. But yeah, Precious Sir would be the one with highest healing. We already saw the damage and the frags. Yetauta with frags and damage was on TuruLove. That is a huge damage that got converted into only 3 frag points. That is slightly sad, but okay.
It's okay. I mean, yeah, the other teams were a little bit good. Healing still, I have that I always forget to ask this, Anna. I'll put it in the group today. Why do we have the highest healing done start? What is the purpose of it? But yeah, let's have also a
And
look
tomorrow we'll
at
probably share it with the audience as well.
100% done. But let's have a look at the match overall standing. So Leo Esports, of course, second in are on top. The only difference between DEADEYES guys and Leo is the number of placement points.
Yep.
Otherwise, every other aspect remains the same. T2K also got 15 points. Then eliminations is something where we are a little bit concerned. For MV, see, even if only one of their players survived, they still managed to get 10 points, and that's a big number.
Exactly, that's what we were talking about earlier. Like, even Stalwart Esports survived really long. They died off right before 4MB, but then it's still the number of eliminations that puts them all the way onto the second page in a double-digit rank on 10th with 4 points only. So yeah, that's slightly disturbing, but then again, it's fine. You did not have many players to survive, so that's okay, I guess. But yeah, it was not a very optimal fight for Stalwart Esports. But well, we do have the TDM coming up now, which is going to be super fun, and it is supposed to be a match of 10 minutes. But when we have aggressive teams, it hardly crosses 7.
Yeah, it's just definitely a really, really short and sweet sort of a map to see. So I am really looking forward to it. Also, I think we are running a little bit delayed on schedule, is it? Or maybe not.
I
6,
think
7?
so. I think
Yeah,
so.
7-8 minutes. We'll cover up, guys. Tension not. I just ask the teams to, just finish the game early on, guys. Come on. We already know who's gonna win it out. It's Stalwart Esports, so let's just finish it out super early. I know it does not work like that. I know, guys. I know, just having fun. Just try to lighten the mood over here. But yeah,
As
let's
if
have a
it
look
was
at
very heavy before.
It was, man. I did not get my prediction. What are you talking about?
I have no idea what to say. At one moment you are suddenly like, I don't care about predictions, and then at the other moment you're like, oh no, my prediction is not right. So yeah,
So
yesterday the
anything
team
needs
that
time.
won was Venom DE, by the way.
So
And-
Venom D, yes, that is
Yeah,
the team.
HVDC
I'd
is in
say
the
they are
bottom.
the ones. They are the ones who I'll say that are the favorites to.
I think it
win
could
the
be
entire
HVDC as well, because HVDC literally won against Mabetex with literally a 11-point difference going on till the last minute. Like, they had 40 and
Okay.
on the other side it was literally 29. So yeah, I
Oh.
mean, I think HVDC could actually be one of the highest contenders up here, but we'll soon find
Okay.
out, because the semifinals still have to begin. We have a couple more days of this tournament in which we are going to be seeing NBeSports fight it off today against T2K.
Let's
T2K,
go.
you didn't win it, Angle. This is your shot.
Let's go. NBeSports versus T2K Esports. Let's see which team comes out on top. NBeSports playing left heavy. Just trying to charge in, maybe get those early frags. But it is Jane who shows superior gun power and is able to get that first frag.
Early advantage for T2K, but they are going to be able to fight it off against NBeSports. But the retaliation from NBeSports gets them one of their own. And the difference is literally just one single frag.
All right. Now let's see how the game progresses. To Rulov, another nade finish. This really does not put TDM into perspective, but it's all right. Both these teams now again back to their spawns, playing a little bit passive, waiting for the other one to make a move. Utility still being tossed left and right. T2K on the right hand side concrete block, looking to maybe get any sort of frag if they can. XMPL gets that pick onto Mondo, and since most of the players were essentially blinded out, the trade never came in.
Exactly,
And
and that
T2K
gives a
with the
4-point. Exactly, it gives a 5-point lead to T2K, and that's a good enough point to go forward from. However, NBeSports is not falling behind either. They are constantly trying to come back into the game. This fight was supposed to be won by T2K, but they don't. They miss it out, and XMPL gets taken down. Now the nades are coming in again, but this time NBeSports is not gonna fall for it or fall by it either.
Nurullah, let's see, has a flash in his hands, so if he decides to just use it out here and now, it could be beneficial thing. Jane has that Groza, wants to support his teammate inside the warehouse. The fights again start to happen, but NBeSports again, they start falling down. The trades are also not there, because of which once again T2K have that advantage. Akaz falls, Mondo spotted, being now naded. That's just a flash. but I think it will make sure that Mondo flushes away from that particular angle. The flash did not blind Mondo, because of which he's able to get one, and then the second one with a little bit of help from Fistboy. Now that's a good way to reduce the lead for NBeSports.
It sure is. It sure is. Now only 2 points ahead is where T2K will find itself. However, they're still trying to march into the spawn and take care of NBeSports as quickly as possible. But yeah, the nades will start barraging from both the sides because okay, this one was very, very off-timed, very uninformed, but okay. We'll take what we get. The flashes are coming in from the side of NBeSports as well, but not too much value. And again, the difference will go up to 3, then to 4, and probably even to 5 because Fistboy has been spotted, but there is no support, so that's not going to be converted just yet.
Ooh, Akaz gets another pick onto Jane. So T2K will still maintain the lead. A little bit slower pace of a game that we thought might happen. Mondo again falls. XMPL really close to his opponent, but still is able to take down Fistboy. Sekujin wants to trade him out, but XMPL with a wide swing gets another pick, and that's a 7-point lead. Make it 6 because NBA is trying to trade everything out, but T2K are in their spawn. Try to eliminate everyone out.
With this 5-point lead, T2K is gonna be closing in on NBeSports, and the spawn of NB has been invaded. This is where they get their escape, but they do not find it just yet because the nades don't fall, the nades don't connect, and now they finally do. That's gonna be one good one onto Jane. Turulove now gets eliminated as well. But XMPL in this position, he is gonna be able to keep an eye out for anyone inside the warehouse. Uses his nades to close off the angles and then take care of anyone coming from outside.
Oh, let's see. The XMPL still, around the corner, wants to get any number of frags that he can. Fistboy has a flash. Where does he toss it? He is trying to spot down T2K's Rig. The flash goes in. The white swing comes in, but Rig is still favored in the gun battle. The supremacy in terms of aim that that T2K has. Look at that Jane. Just whips that grows around the corner and connects every other shot. 28-20. NBeSports looks like that this will be the elimination for the team.
Might very well be because 12 points away and T2K will find their victory for this one. They will be the one moving forward if NB is not able to do something about this as quickly as possible because the time is slipping away and so are the players because look at T2K. Jane, he gets another 2. He is traded out after 2, but then how much difference does that make? If you're giving away 2 players in exchange of 1, you're actually trading in bad faith.
Turula around the corner wanted to take down Fistboy, but the nade from Jane will. 31st frag found. Looking for the 32nd one. Rig with another nade. Tosses it out. Akaz falls. The trade is there, yes. But at this point in time, you need more than trade. I think you need prayers right now, T2K. Oh, sorry, NBeSports. XMPL from the right side wants to get another pick. Rig throws a nade. Sekujin. He also falls down. All these players, they are just being taken down one by one. Fistboy just blinds himself with that flash. Not blinding anyone else, and T2K 5 away from eliminating NBeSports from the tournament.
Let's see how this goes. As of now, not a very good HP advantage for any players from the side of NBeSports. And NBeSports Mondo will need himself to be getting back up on the HP as quickly as possible. But T2K will be having all the frags that they need to themselves. Right now, it's literally 1 point away and it's going to close off right here, right now with 11-point difference again. Beautifully done, T2K. And I love the DP on Jane.
Jane played it out perfectly. And T2K will be moving forward towards round number 3. Or is it semi-finals? I think it's semi-finals, right?
Semi-finals, yeah. They will be.
That's even better. That's even better for T2K. So we will have to wait till tomorrow to see which of these teams, maybe King of Spades, maybe HVDC, which of these teams is going to make it through to fight it out against Team T2K Esports, because it definitely will be a fun match to see.
Sure will be. And now the fun one that comes in right this moment is gonna be the one of Erangel. Cannot wait to see what happens on that one because Erangel is one that keeps on giving more and more excitement, more and more gameplay every single time. And this is gonna be one last time for the day where we see Wrangle, the third Wrangle. This has been a great day.
That's true. It definitely has been a great day overall, and we still have 2 more games to go.
Yes.
Good thing, none of it is Miramar. We have one map of Wrangle, one map of Sandhawk, and we will be having a fun day with the remaining 2 maps. Now we will be jumping into the map of Wrangle once again, because the final game is going to be that of Sandhawk. This will be the final game where we will see Stalwart and 4MV battling it out. But IHC will be available in both these matches because they've sat one out. I already remember them not playing the previous map of Wrangle. So IHC will be a part of both these games. Now let's see the other teams, how do they perform? How do they bounce back into the game for the teams who have not been able to do so? Group B sitting this one out. Which team came second the previous week? No, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. So SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. SKYLIGHTZ Gaming will be sitting this one out. SKYLIGHTZ Gaming and company, because there'll be 3 more teams who will not play this game, excluding SKYLIGHTZ. So let's see how this particular map of Wrangle goes. I think we will be jumping into the game very soon. And I'm excited to see which team comes out on top overall.
Absolutely, and it will completely depend on how these teams, adapt around each other, because this is definitely one of those matches where you keep dropping 4 teams at a time, and it's always a different combination of teams that comes up in front of you to play around with. So yeah, I'm pretty excited to see how this is going to go forward. But most probably, let's hope that our predictions at least turn out to be right. I was so close. I'm still disheartened.
It's okay, Hannah. It's all fine. You can be disheartened all you want, but I
Wow.
don't care. But let's just jump right into action. Let's just jump into the final map of Wrangle that we will be seeing today, and let's see who takes the dinner home.
We'll soon figure out. As of now, the map definitely seems to be favoring military base. So good news for MD. This is looking good. And I think it's gonna go very close to Georgopol, if I'm not wrong, according to the trajectory. Yeah, it's slight north of Georgopol, gonna be crossing right across shooting range.
Okay. This is again another one of those standard plane paths. I think moving towards the southern side is going to be a lot more important for most of these teams, because that area will not be that accumulated by the different teams. So Primos, Ferry Pier, all the teams dropping in that location, if are able to avoid the drop clash, should be well and good. Seal, I believe, drop towards Primos, right? JMEX around Query. So all these teams, if they're able to avoid the early drop fights, I think they would be lucky to be in the game.
That's true. We are seeing King of Spades go for a faster drop, and they are going to be reaching to Georgopol as quickly as possible. T2K again back to Severny as usual. Mabetex is playing it, but this time they are going to be sticking to their usual drop location of Lipovka. They generally do spread around a little, but this time I don't think they're gonna. And look at the way the circle has been. Completely eastern. We've seen 3 different circles today. We started with very western circle, then we went to a northern, now we're on the eastern. 4MV just did not find one for themselves.
All right, 4MV. Now, let's see. This is not the circle, as you said, to be very happy about. What one thing that I really want to see, I want to see a bridge camp. Set it up, because 4MV or Stalwart is going to use a no rep bridge according to the zone that has formed right now. IAW are in prime position to set that bridge camp up, and then maybe try to get the frags for themselves. That could really help them out a lot. So
I
let's
don't
see if they
think
do that or
4MV
not.
will use no rep bridge.
They sometimes do in zones like these, because rotating from the military base zone, you already know that some team is around Query, some team is around Ferry Pier, some team is around Primos. Running into all these teams is a lot more possible. But if
Yeah,
you
but I
take
think they
the
generally
lower
go for a
bridge,
later rotation from the military
that's
base
true.
bridge.
That's
Yeah.
true. There are. I mean, I just want to place impact on the bridge camp. That's what I want to do right now, because
Makes sense.
nobody goes for that. Don't know why, but nobody is attempting to stop players from this particular team.
I mean, we do know why. It's scary. It's scary to fight off Stalwart and 4MB both at the same bridge. But yeah, Stronger Fake Love has something against SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, huh? Last time also they took up the first flag of SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. This time also they're taking up the first flag of SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. Poor team. And
Yeah,
that too
man,
no fear
poor team
again.
indeed. Okay, okay. Now let's see. SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, they have lost that player. Yes, as you said, no fear is out of the game. But how do they continue is the biggest question. They've already fallen back towards the main big god building, I think is what this is called. Or I don't know what this name is anymore. But yeah, STFL, they are happy considering they already have 1 point to their name. And that's a really good start. I do see a new weapon in the hands of Mr. Boro. But yeah, let's see SKYLIGHTZ. How much can they do about this game?
SKYLIGHTZ might not have the easiest time trying to, get themselves a good position and good elimination points onto this one. So I would definitely want to see the team go ahead and be like, you know what? We're already in a good position. It's okay. Maybe it will be a one position swap. Maybe tomorrow will be a better day. Let's just go ahead, take fights, see if we can do something. Because their main fragger has been eliminated already. I would definitely not want to see the whole team go completely worm like, because in that case they will confirm the speculation that everyone else has, which is that the whole team feeds off of no fear. Unless he performs, the rest of the team doesn't either. They better go ahead and counter that thought. Otherwise, every single team will be trying to get no fear down first, so that they are able to put themselves in a position where they don't have to worry about SKYLIGHTZ Gaming moving forward. And now that the grand finals are coming in, all these strats will start coming into play.
Yeah, that's true. Well, let's see. I mean, how all these players just continue the game. STFL this time around, stronger fake love. Wendy still looting around this city of Yasnaya Poliana. Now they've already asserted dominance. Do Skylight even drop on this part tomorrow? Because that's the question I have. You'll be so what should I say? So not in action or so not comfortable dropping into this particular area because you've lost two players continuously. Meanwhile, Skylight they go to a different area and they find the players of BIT and get that frag. So why not just drop there in the first place?
That could be a smart idea actually. You would also not lose your first player. It's been 3 games in one single day. Every single time you've been losing the same player. You better not take up the fight that gives you that much trouble. So yeah, it would have been a good idea to drop elsewhere. But well, as of now, Stalwart is already onto the bridge, walking into the circle, trying to find everything they can on the way. And yes, I see. As you mentioned before, the moment he sees a medkit, he's in there.
That's true. Now let's see though. I mean, I see right now has a bike. Oh, that's the first time I'm seeing a player use this bike. Now it is very difficult to shoot you while you're on a bike. Nobody can transfer the spray onto you. But the only downside to it is you just cannot have any sort of cover. So if you are in between 4 different teams, that's when you'll die. So you really need to be careful with the vehicle that you have. Meanwhile, DEADEYES guys back towards a very known squad house, known compound for majority of these teams have decided to hold on to it. Also, T2K in the nearby vicinity of Shifu sir, and Shifu sir is all alone. So it's just better for him to rotate away from here.
Exactly. Now Shifu sir and Deadeyes guys are gonna be again reconvening, but look at who's tailing them. I think it is T2K. This is not looking good. Yeah, T2K is tailing them. Shifu sir is missing out the loss, and he won't be able to take this fight way far away. It's better to approach your own teammates with this so that your teammates can, you know, provide you cover, put you in a better position. But so far, he's just deviating every player of T2K away from the team and also making himself an easier target to deal with.
If
In the
he runs
meanwhile,
into
yeah,
if he runs into players up, then it will be a problem. Because right now what he's trying to suggest is the team on top of that ridge is a different one. But
that's
yeah,
true.
Shifu sir, as I said, if he runs into players and gets caught into sprays, then it will be a problem. and T2K will make sure that problem is converted into an opportunity for their side. And that's just 1 point on the board.
Exactly. They're finding happiness in the misery of Deadeye's guys, and it's working fine for themselves right now because Deadeye's guys, the more trouble they have, the easier it becomes for T2K. An early loss for the team, and T2K again up there with one elimination point to themselves. And somewhere I feel like the will to go ahead and redeem yourself for losing on a circle that is generally your favor. I think T2K is gonna be trying very hard to take this one, but well, the moment I say it, Mondo finds Turu love, and now he becomes fake.
Mondo, good job done by him to find that defeat point. The ring has also been spotted down. Sprayed upon the vehicle is not put in a good spot. Hakas gets that knock. Even there was Sekujin spraying it all out. But Hakas is the one to get that knock. And look at this fifth boy. He is in the advanced position to collect all these frag points. So this is a really good opportunity, and it seems to be one of those shelter zones. Now you sign me up for all the action that is going to come this way. Because all these solo players will find security underground.
They will, and this is gonna be one of those fun games that we witnessed. Like I think the end of last week, which was good enough to watch. And here they are already trying to walk into the shelter. And T2K Jane will get taken down as well. Seal confirming that frag. And the team will also find themselves a safe haven inside. So let's see how this goes. As of now, NBeSports with most number of frags running on the top of the board and also capitalizing on the numbers by taking care of Seal. Retaliation is coming in. That is obviously there. But in a position of being able to be revived.
Ooh, let's see, Mondo. He will get that revival for now. So NBeSports will feel a little bit more comfortable. But Stalwart Esports come in for the third party, and Fearless has been taken care of. Let's see Seal the way that they want to approach this revival, because I'm sure you would want to revive your teammate, right? So getting him back up should be a priority. And yeah, Soulless is using a vehicle to help his teammate get back up and running. Action though, before any of that could have happened, has been able to confirm that frag. So Seal also left with just 3.
Seal is losing players left and right. Make it 2. They have only 2 remaining now. And this is soon to be one because Leo is very close in periphery, NBeSports is very close in periphery. T2K XMPL also understands the gravity of the situation. Might try to stay concealed, but when the opportunity comes, he might also take a shot at Soulless. And in the meanwhile, NBeSports trying to pick up another fight. There's so many in front of you. Why one more? Why another one?
I mean, it's a really tough thing to ask. But yeah, right now NBeSports, Sekujin, Akash, both of them have fallen down. The shelter regions is doing everything else for providing shelter. It is taking your players down one by one. Except for the people who have compound, they are the ones who are really happy, because they for now can call themselves a good place. But meanwhile, once again the zone shifts, and all those smaller little areas, smaller little compounds that previously were looking very good are now outside the zone. Now do what you want.
Exactly. Now, mansion and shelter are going to be 2 regions that still sustain inside the circle. But both of these regions do not have as many compounds for teams to go ahead and acquire. And even if the team was to go ahead and find one, they are going to be in a position where they can be shot upon easily using throwables itself. Mabetex right now looks like they're in a great position. IHC is also walking in from a great position. But everyone down southwest is going to be in trouble. 4MV is going to be walking right into the trap until they realize that it's supposed to be a longer rotation. And I think Deadeye's guys will do some damage.
Meanwhile, 4MV as well, getting that fight. As you said, Deadeye's guy is not in a good spot, and they're just falling down one by one. Tricks out of the game with that frag, and all these battles are happening on the western part of the map. So there will be a lot more fights to continue. 4MV slowly and steadily, they've been getting those knocks. IHC's Yol could be the next ones on their crosshairs. The only problem is Dog does not have enough 556 ammo left.
Exactly. Doc will have to take care of the MO and then decide whether to participate in the fight or not, because it's a very long range fight and being able to give it a result from that much of a distance will be slightly difficult. So I think that is the reason the rest of the team from the side of 4MB is trying to approach IHC from a closer range than Doc, and they're moving in slowly and steadily to find the right positioning. But Demo, they have no suspicion of where Demo is. He will be able to find a player. The frag has not come in yet, but it's about to happen.
Ooh, demo still. Yeah, this is a big rotation. He can really take matters into his own hands or make it worse. I think he just made it worse. 4MV now will just barge on to demo and try to get that frag. Beren is cooking a nade. But does he have that information that Demo is very, very far back? I think he does, because the nades are near that rock. Apex does not spot the guy on tree, so he calls. I think he just wants to make sure that the nades are not wasted a lot. But I think he himself is tossing one out. Godless though gets that knock onto Dog, and Dog has been entirely eliminated. IHC with the backup. 4MV lose a player.
They do, but this is the thing about 4MB. They don't back out of the fight no matter how many players they lose. They're gonna be walking right into the fight and taking the battle into their
Yeah,
into
taking the
their
battle
own
into their own
hands.
hands. Yep.
Yup, and now it seems like the circle is pushing in as well. I don't think this is a battle worth the fight, because once you win this, you're still gonna be in enough damage to go ahead for the further war. But that is something these teams are just so adamant at, so stubborn at, they don't want to understand.
I mean, even IHC have lost Zeol, I believe. And
Yep.
IHC escaped. So they bring a buggy. They say, bro, it's enough. Let's just fall back, and that's what they do. I mean, yeah, Baren is still tailing you out, but 4MB also have no intention of continuing this battle, so it's a good thing. Meanwhile, the zone goes a little bit north, coming out of that region of shelter, going towards mansion now.
Yup, and this is where things start getting difficult. We were saying it would be a safe haven for all the solo survivors, but it does not seem to be so. Shelter has been taken out of the zone, and that makes it harder for these solo survivors to find anything good for themselves. And now the teams with numbers are gonna have themselves the best position. But Alex, alongside King of Spades, will be able to take care of 4MV, and a very promising team, a team that desperately needed the numbers, just gets taken down so below the actual existence rate of the team.
Mm-hmm.
But well, in the meanwhile, Mabetex will also suffer some loss. That too from the players of JMEX. Okay, that's strange, but it's happening. Now talking about the prediction, I mean, and in this particular point, I mean, I do want to go with Stalwart, but I know that is your pick, so
Nope, I
I'm
won't.
gonna.
I won't.
You won't?
Nope.
Okay, so Stalwart does look good. Yeah, I will go for Stalwart Esports.
You go with Stalwart, I go with a very interesting prediction.
King
That's
of Spades?
STFL.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I just want to go with them. So
Echo Boy, what's your
let's see.
prediction?
STFL, if they are the ones who will be getting that chicken dinner or not.
Okay.
What do you mean by
so,
for now?
Yeah, we're just gonna stick with that. STE is what even Echo Boy predicts. So let's see how this turns out. VITX, though, in the meanwhile, getting taken down by your prediction, and that's an elimination that is gonna be in the hands of Stronger Fake Love. The numbers look good, but Seal is on their tail. So far, the shots have not connected. So nothing to worry about for STFL. But yeah, soon enough, it will start bothering them.
I don't even know how many players STFL are all 4 players surviving for STFL.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I just saw their position and I thought it was a good one to just call them out as the prediction. I don't even know if that will work or not. But hey, let's hope for the best possible result for STFL. Meanwhile, SKYLIGHTZ also have a good position, but then again, no fear out of the game. I think, yeah, that's just GG. As soon as no fear is out, SKYLIGHTZ, the chances of them getting a chicken drastically fall.
They do. SKYLIGHTZ still has a good position inside the circle though, but Mabetex is going to be able to take care of those players without much problem. And that's where the trouble starts for SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, because whenever it comes to duels, if they do not have no fear, it becomes really hard for the team to go ahead. And that's the reason that they suffer so much. In the meanwhile, though, STE loses Action, because Action keeps on trying to get into fights that are not meant for him. The revival will happen though. But buddy,
No
please
problem.
stay in control for one match. You already did it for Fritz once. Why not for me?
Look at the HP that Woofus is surviving with. And no medics, I think. Only bandages
Yep,
is what
none.
these guys have and some boosters. So that's a little bit unfortunate for the players of Team IAWO. This is going to be a tough thing for the players of Team IAWO to do. Meanwhile, Leo also tosses a nade onto SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. So Mabetex versus SKYLIGHTZ, another fight happening.
That's right, and the zone has shifted up north again, leaving STE completely out of it. So Mansion is gonna be the area which is the only prime location inside the zone, and soon King of Spades will be able to take care of IHC, make their way easier inside the circle, and this position for King of Spades looks like they might be on their way. I already suspected you were gonna pick King of Spades, but I should have if you didn't. They look very promising right now.
Yeah, the zone is definitely in a good spot. Meanwhile, Mafia Ninja, the last remaining guy, also spotted down. And yes, Desert is down on the ground. The revival will come in. And Mabetex have been completely able to dominate on the players of Team SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. Meanwhile,
Yep.
NBeSports also bite the dust with just 2 eliminations on the 8th spot will be eliminated. Roy Esports being shot upon by the players of Team Seal. You are taking an interesting battle considering you're just a team of 2. But then also you have that advantage of the zone, so why not?
Well, here if Seal is able to take a couple of players off, I'll be happy with my decision. But no, Roy Esports says no, and they go ahead and take those frags in their hands. So does Stalwart Esports. IAWO gets taken down, and Stalwart Esports will now find themselves closer to the circle. All they have to deal with is gonna be Seal. Seal has one single player surviving, and that shouldn't be very difficult. But there's one more team trying to make their way back inside the circle, and now STE is gonna be struggling slightly, because Roy Esports will be a dangerous team to deal with.
Yeah, well, Roy Esports, let's see. I mean, how do they want to play this game out? Meanwhile, King of Space, they were fighting it out against the players of Team STFL. But then they get third partied by Mabetex, so they'll need to be careful about the game. Roy Esports push it into the watchtower that Scooby has. They are like, yeah, we will just eliminate this guy as soon as possible. Raw tossing a few nades out. Scooby jumps out of the compound. Wants to survive for as long as possible. The shotgun has already been shown. But Malik with a UMP will be a better player in the entire situation and be able to eliminate his opponents.
Now it's a full squad battle between STE and Roy Esports. Whoever wins will find themselves in a good enough position inside the circle. So far, the numbers of STE players inside the circle is slightly lower than that of Raw, because Raw has only one player outside, STE has 2. Okay, make it equalized now. But yeah, I feel like STE could use the advantage of the height that they have, and the only player from Raw who could have actually acquired it, challenged it, gets taken down. And there's also not going to be any revival that can come in for the side of Jiggle. Smokes have been thrown in already. The team would try
Attempt,
to
yeah.
go ahead and rotate in, but the confirmation comes in, and now STE looks slightly stronger again. Now here's the thing. From here, we have only 5 teams surviving. One of these teams will get completely eliminated before the walk-in happens. And I think it is gonna be Roy Esports, because they currently don't look good. This
Yeah,
area will
another
be
knock.
completely empty for Stalwart Esports to go ahead and take care of. And that's where the good things start happening for the team. In the meanwhile, though, I do feel like Stronger FAKELOVE also has a good grounding for themselves. So does Mabetex Esports, but Mabetex does not look like the team that could win. But no, wait a second! The elimination happens! They lose a player! They lose a player! No, they don't. Yes, they do. Action is gone.
Action is out. Yeah,
always
action is
action.
out. Tops is able to get those revivals and get his teammate back up and running. But now you will have to take a fight when all eyes are on you. So how do you manage to win this one out is the biggest question over here for Stalwart. 3 players still surviving. 9 defeat points, well and good. But now look at this. There's another team nearby. Which is that team? Let's just have a look.
Mabetex.
STFL is very far away. But
It's
yeah,
Mabetex towards the east, yeah.
Mabetex is very near to this watchtower. And let's see if they decide to fight it out. Basically, Stalwart and Mabetex have traded out places. And Desert Sports out near Zed is able to take him down. And the guy cannot have any sort of revivals because Stalwart, the remaining 2 players, are stuck in this watchtower.
Oh no, this is so difficult for Stalwart right now. Stronger Fake Love, however, do start losing players one after the other, and that makes it easier for King of Spades to sustain with most numbers. But Mabetex, for some reason, does not go for the confirmation, and that leaves an opportunity window open for Stalwart Esports for the revival. Whoa, okay. If that's
Off
what they
angle.
want to do, good enough.
Yeah, but that off angle is going to hurt
Oh no,
Stalwart a lot.
Wally.
So that's something you'll have to take into consideration. Nirzad is a done deal, man. He cannot get that revival now. If you attempt, you'll also be dead. What are you trying to see? It's a good smoke wall and all, but then the spam is going to connect onto you. He gets around Nirzad and is able to get that revival. No way! The vehicle blast comes in, but Nirzad still survives.
Bruh.
And now you will be able to get... Wow! You are still stuck in a bad position, but at least you are all three now.
What did just happen? What just happened? Oh wow, retaliation fire comes in, and now that player from the side of Mabetex gets knocked. Now it's a 2v3. Now the numbers advantage rolls in the favor of Stalwart Esports, and they're soon gonna be able to take care of Wally as well, because take a look where IC is. He's gonna be able to blast the vehicle, losing down the HP onto Wally. And now if one nade connects right, they will have the fight in their hands. They have 5 in the backpack. They can try. They can definitely try.
The distance is a little bit too much for the nades to connect. Plus, the third party for King of Spades will make it even more difficult. So, it's just better to be in this position unless the zone forces you to rotate. Let's see, the zone is going to play a very crucial role in all of this situation. One more second and the new zone will form in, and it has gone a little bit towards the center. So, the fight will still go on. King of Spades have got a knock onto their player, but then Leo will be traded out. Mabetex. They wanted to be the predators, but now have become the prey.
No, Mabetex literally losing players left and right. Now they have literally only Desert surviving to actually go ahead and take fights with. While King of Spades also falls down. Now it is between Stronger Fake Love and Stalwart Esports. For some reason, both of the predictions stay alive for that long. Stronger Fake Love, however, with the nades do get taken down by a couple of HP points, but it's still not a complete elimination or a knock either. So they will have an opportunity, but STE needs to find a spot for themselves which is more comfortable than this. This is literally a very risky position to go forward with. So
You
let's see how
survived
they
till the
move
smokes
around.
are up. You survived till the smokes are up. So if you have more smokes available, then it's not that problematic spot.
I see
But
none
yeah,
for
King of
tops.
Spades, XOXOX from the other side is also trying to get that angle found. Wally tries to shoot through but is not able to spot anyone. Meanwhile, XOXOX will also bite the dust. And King of Spades get eliminated. So maybe to the players of Team Mabetex, Wally, he is also being spotted down. The first aid will be popped by tops and that should not be a problem. Plus, I think Wally is outside the zone. So that will also just be a little bit of a problem for the players of Team Stalwart to deal with. But yeah, STFL in all of this have that upper hand. Wally needs to stand back up and will be put down to bed. That is the 14th frag for Team Stalwart Esports. But let's see if they are able to close out the game or not.
This is gonna be a close fight. STFL already lose a player. One has been knocked. The numbers have imbalanced. Becca is down. And if he is to be revived, the other player who comes for revival will also take damage. Nirzad, however, gets knocked. Tops is in a position to go ahead for the revival, and he will. But Icy, look at him sneaking around. He will be able to reposition himself, get in a
Good
nadeable
nade.
range, toss the nade right on point, but it's not cooked enough to give the right results. Now the nade barrage will push the players of Stronger Fake Love away. Wendy is very low on HP. Another good nade could actually change things
Oh, the
around,
first aid.
but he is moving across. The first aid got popped in right time. It's still a 4v3. No losses on either side that could be permanent. And no nades connecting just yet for either of them. That too is a probability. But wait, the smokes are shading out. The smoke is fading away. Now the cover for STE is gone. And that's where the problem is.
No, but IC's position will counter everything if he's able to get 2 knocks. And these STFL
Ooh,
players
nice
will be in a
nade!
problem. That's a Kobe. Becca falls and no revival available for now. He is constantly being raided and Stalwart. They find themselves in a good spot. Senor also might just burst down. He wants to run back. He wants to fall away, which he does in time at least. Wendy though, the position that he has is going to be super crucial in all of this. I see. He is still unnoticed, I believe. And Senor might just fall prey to it. I see for sure should have spotted Senor proning down in that location. This off angle can really do damage. The revival is coming in. But Senor, little does he know there's a stake in their backlines, although Refus gets one knock. Finally, I see, steps up, gets that knock onto Senor, gets the confirmation too. But I think it's a 2v2. Tobbs in this battle. Refus gets that knock. Last remaining player. Tobbs and STFL. They get that chicken dinner. The prediction, the odd prediction has been corrected out.
Beautifully done by Stronger FAKELOVE. They have risen much stronger than expected. But Stalwart Esports somehow unexpectedly lasted much longer than they were expected to. 11 frags to the name and 21 total points. Stronger FAKELOVE doing good for themselves as of now. Find themselves still on 17th overall rank, but soon might be able to swap the positions.
Make it clap.
A new 1.6 by 1.6 kilometer map is coming to PUBG Mobile version 2.7. In this map, there are several energy zones where you can receive random attribute boosts, such as increased speed and health recovery. At the same time, lots of supplies spawn in the area. Be sure to grab them while you can. After finding all the supplies in an area, you should keep moving to find more supplies. The fastest way to move about is through portals. Go through one to teleport to the other side somewhere else on the map. After exploring an area, it's best to teleport somewhere far. However, it's important to note that there's a cooldown after use, so it can't be used too frequently. If you want to travel across mid-distances, be sure to take note of the updrafts on the map. Get close to an updraft to get lifted into the air. After reaching a certain height, you'll descend back to the ground. During your descent, you can freely adjust your direction to head to your destination. This transportation method is very handy for escaping dangerous situations. Another thing you have to watch out for are the volcanoes on the map. The lava erupting from these volcanoes can cause damage within a certain range. Be sure not to step on the lava. Otherwise, you'll keep taking damage and lose health. After arriving at a new area, be sure to search for exclusive crates. Approach them to get exclusive themed supplies. Apart from exclusive crates, timed airdrops are also a great way to get supplies, so make sure to keep an eye out for the countdown timer on the minimap. It indicates when an airdrop is about to appear. After the countdown ends, a crate with amazing supplies will rise from the ground. When this happens, there will surely be many enemies vying for the crate, so make sure to lie in wait beforehand and evacuate quickly after grabbing the supplies. If you get injured when going for the supplies, go to the recovery point indicated on the map. You'll be able to heal there. Just run into it to fully restore your health and armor in an instant, just like with teleporting. The recovery point has a cooldown after using it. It can't be used again until the cooldown ends. If the battle gets too intense and you find your teammates eliminated, you can bring them back within a limited time at the towers located on the map. The towers also have cooldown after being used. Each player can only be brought back by a teammate once. Players that have been brought back will directly respawn near the tower that was used without having to jump back to the battleground. Hurry and join your friends in the fight for victory.
Hello and welcome
Alright,
back
guys,
everyone
I'll start.
Okay.
Alright guys, welcome back to
Never
PMPL SA
mind.
2023. I got another prediction correct and here are the cool glasses to supplement that out. And what a game, man. Nobody expected this except for me, because I really thought STFL being so isolated from all the other fights will have that advantage. They knew how to battle it out. Plus I cannot see in these glasses. Wait a second. Enough for the intro. Literally cannot see anything.
Same thing happens to me all the time. That's why I choose not to go with such glasses, and soon enough I will have my eyes treated back so that I can do this whole flexing thing that you keep on doing, friends. You're inspiring me, motivating me. But well, somewhere even I am inspiring you and motivating you to actually go ahead and get more predictions right, be in a better position.
Tell yourself whatever you want, Anna. I don't care. I really do not care. But yeah, man, a good attempt. See, Stalwart, I did not think they will be able to reach top 2.
But they did.
Especially after that fight against Mabetex Esports. How in the holy world were they able to get that revival onto the result? I still do not understand. Mabetex, were they missing nails? Were they missing some piece of utility? Don't know how did they allow that revival to come through. It just came in time, and then the shots were taken by Team Stalwart Esports. Mabetex fell down one by one like children. an easy job for Team Stalwart to wipe everyone on that part of the map. But then the fight with STFL did not go the way they had hoped for.
That is true. It was slightly difficult for STFL to, go ahead and close this, but they were able to go ahead and close this in their favor nonetheless. And with 5 frags to himself, Reef has put himself in a MVP position and 1221 damage on the guy. ST still has 3 representatives. I mean, how can you stop this team? They have 13 literally up here on the board.
Yeah, well, that's true. I mean that this team should be overall on top in terms of the charts that we'll have, match standing chart. But yeah, the chicken dinner is what gets counted, and I'm just 1 away from equalizing the scoreline here too, Ahana.
Oh yes, you are. But that is, you know what that means? That means that you are 1 away. You're still not close.
Okay. We'll see about that in the next game, because I think today is my lucky day.
Even if it is, the most you can do is equalize the numbers. I'll find the lead again tomorrow. Both my predictions
we'll
were
see about
so
that.
damn close. These teams are literally getting on my nerves today. So
Plus,
close.
both the times I was the one who
No,
came
you
out
didn't
on
win
top.
it the last time. When
So
T2K
neither
lost.
did you.
Yeah, that's true.
Neither
but
did
you
you.
did.
So easy job for me. Easy job. But yeah, let's have a look at the match rankings as well. And let's see, I think Stalwart should be on top. Yeah, 15 elimination. That's just too much, man. Too much in terms of elimination. So they will be out on top. Although the number is equalized by STFL. So they were also not short in terms of fragging department. The 4-point difference is what separates Stalwart Esports and STFL. Again, 21 points. And when 2 different teams have literally 42 points in the entire game, the other teams are left with just nothing to achieve.
Exactly.
11
And
points for
considering-
Mabetex, Roger State.
Yep, exactly. Considering Mabetex has 11 of their own, that just takes away everything from the rest of the teams. So yeah, we are going to see a lot of zeros. Yes, there's a couple of zeros right here. There were 1s for T2K and JMEX and 2 for Miracle Vibes. Bad game for all these teams. SKYLIGHTZ Gaming does not find grounding after losing No Fear. Damn, this team is in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, but yeah, this was about it for the map of Irang. Now let's have a look. I think next is going to be that map of Miramar. Yeah, of course. So Miramar is going to be the next map. Sorry, Sanhok. Yeah, Sanhok is going to be the next. In my brain I had this image, but then I said Miramar because I don't like it. It's okay. Sanhok is going to be the next map on the cards over here. So it will be a fun one. It's a very small map. I don't know the exact number. 8x8 upon 4x4. That means maths, which I cannot do.
1 upon
So
4.
it's a okay. Thanking me that I did not need to know, but it's a very small map. That's what I want to convey over here. So getting the
25%
predictions right
of
on
the overall
Sanhok is
map,
again
yeah.
difficult, because again you need to be very, very lucky. But before we head into that map, it's a surprise to us and a surprise to you. We also have the weak overall standings right now. So Stalwart have, should I say comfortably? Yeah, comfortably taken over every other team. 29 points is the difference between the second position. Safe to say another correct prediction. Good job, Fritz.
Good job, Fritz. But IHC is still gonna have a couple more days to go ahead with.
One
But
day,
yeah,
4
this
games.
is huge difference. For Miracle Vibes, so down below on the 5th position. Roy Esports somehow managed to come into the first page, but on page 2 the story is looking sad. SCRFL, however, still won't be able to swap their positions with IAWO just yet. But yeah, they should be able to do this soon enough.
All right. Well, we'll have to see about that. But yeah, it has been a good day indeed. It definitely was a fun tournament. It definitely is, not was, still a lot of games left. It is definitely a fun
game
tournament. Lot of games left in tournament, Hana.
Oh yeah, okay, yes. Got it.
Not every time you are correct, okay? So, well, this map of Sanhok is going to be a fun one. A little short, a little small game, but it's for sure going to be a fun game to watch.
Absolutely. I mean, Sanhok is generally very fast paced, and that's what I love about it, even though it's more representative of luck than of skill. And this is something we keep repeating over and over, because we want the teams to know if you are not able to make it on Sanhok, there is no reason to dishearten yourself, because It is fine. Sanhok is random. It just happens.
I mean, as much as it is true, but it is also difficult for the other teams to, hear that, work around with that, and still be like, yeah, well, I know it's about luck, but then it will still count in the overall standing. So we'll have to play it out
That is
properly. We'll
true.
have to get as many points as possible. So all these things will be related. All these things will be something to be taken into account for. And we will be jumping into the game very, very soon. So as you guys know, there's a small little screen. Although today I do not have my map feed opened up. But then I love
Me
the Echo
neither.
Boy has already told us that the game is going to start in 2 minutes. This was around 1 minute before. So I'm guessing 1 more minute is left on the clock. 20 seconds here. He just came back
You're
in our
so
ears.
bad at even
and
calculating the time.
I'm so bad at everything that has involved that involves maths. That's it. That's just it. I'm super bad. I agree.
Alright. Good to know. One segment where I can defeat you.
Time management for sure. How does that help you though?
Not just time management, anything related to math. I'm great at math.
How does it help you speak in front of a camera?
It helps me go ahead and find the right numbers. But well, let's take a look at the league overalls and see where each team is gonna find themselves. Roy Sports, you're stuck on the 4th position so bad.
4MB came up.
It's like our ranks.
But look at that. 4MB is already overtaken the players of SKYLIGHTZ Gaming. So it's just a 6-point lead. Stalwart is on another level, bro. This is a team I predicted for the tournament, and I think I'll be correct. They have around 500
64.
points, 7 short of 500 points, and they will be hitting that. What do we call 1,000? A good word for 1,000, like centuries for 100.
I don't know, 10
Good
centuries.
at maths, huh? Never mind. So
Wow,
Stalwart Esports
that is literally vocabulary.
Very, very small points away from getting 500 points. That's a big number to
7
achieve if you
points
ask
away.
me.
Yeah. 7 points away from 500. They should be able to close that. But let's see how this is gonna be, because this match is not gonna be played by Stalwart Esports. However, on the second page, we still see the struggling teams. And here's the thing. WOI8 is still 290. Stronger FAKELOVE, I don't think they can topple them. So this is the top 16. They are going to be going into the finals. I don't think any swaps are going to happen between the 16th position and the 17th, 19th or 20th. So that's done for. And JMEX, kudos guys, you're not even on 150. Beautiful. That requires some kind of consistency to stay that low.
Yeah, you really need to. You really need to work a little bit more, a little bit hard. Team JMEX probably shows what you got in the next tournament. Same could be said for ASL and Bad Intention, considering now only they have 4 or 5 games remaining to play. So it's not going to be that easy for them to get 60 points in these 5 games, considering they have not even got 60 points throughout the week till now, or have they? I just lost. It's
close to
the number of points that they
183
have.
in total. Sorry, wait, no, yeah, they haven't gotten
264.
even 50 points a week, because yeah, they're even less than 150 in total. So sad.
Yeah, JMEX, but STFL had not STFL. ASL had.
Yes.
ASL had 264 points. Divided by 2, give or take 130. It's not good. Then 130 is definitely not the best possible number to have if you are on that point in the leaderboard. So
Exactly. They have
improvement is
about
definitely
93,
necessary.
94 points a week on average.
Okay, so that means what, they are in a very difficult spot.
Yes.
Already said that. So yeah, these teams, the top 16 race is still going on. We have STFL, we have IAWO, who are still fighting for that 16th spot, I believe.
I think
So
it's going to be
for them,
comfortable
this game
because
is
it's a
going to be
27-point difference. I don't think STFL will be able to cover that.
one game. They just got 21 points.
Yeah, but it's
What
not
about
like
the other?
IAWO is not getting any points at all, right? They do keep
games of
getting
21
consistent
points.
points. Here's the thing, they get consistent points all through, but STFL literally has one good game and then
Okay.
it's again a blank slate. So that's the reason I feel like that swap won't be happening.
All right. Well, we'll have to see if that happens or not. If she's correct, if I'm correct, I want STFL to qualify now. But yeah, I mean, it's looking difficult. one more game is what they need. Do they play on this map of Sana? Which group were STFL in? I just
think they
forgot
are
a
with
team
4
in
MB.
STFL
I
existed.
think they are with 4 MB, and that's why they
Okay.
are gonna be playing this one. They
Perfect.
set out the
Then
first
this,
match. Yeah.
they can just sing their prayers because we are down to last 60 seconds left before we jump into. I know, guys, I've already said this before, but then I think our producer is not the best possible one. So he gave us the incorrect time the first time around, but this time, see, I predicted it, so it's perfect. We have already
Wow.
started the game.
Okay. Okay. So much salt for the producer today. He's gonna be holding back in his food. But well,
No problem. Let him.
let him. Okay. We'll let him. As of now, it seems like, I mean, does the plate path even matter?
Nope. You can also drop to
let's
Nakam
skip it.
Tambang. But yeah, well, I know my producer is a very avid listener to what we have to say, Ahana. And once again, I made a mistake yesterday. I accept it. I said the plane path is a straight line. But how am I wrong? Tell me that. How?
You're not
how
wrong,
am
you're
I-
just way too obvious.
I haven't seen a curvy plane path like in centuries. So how am I even wrong?
You're not wrong, you're just obvious. You were like,
So-
this is an interesting plane path because it's going straight.
It's a straight line. Yeah, man. Look at that. Look at the irony. Look at all the other English adjectives that we used to learn in class 10th and 11th. All those apply to that line, no? I don't know anything except irony. That's why I just said irony.
Oh, goodness.
Onomatopoeia. Another one I remember. But
That
yeah,
is
that's-
literally the sound of things. Onomatopoeia means string, tring, ring, ring, ding, dong, all of those things. It does not
Aye.
apply to the line being straight.
Hey, I'm not good at English either, okay?
Goodness.
I'm not good at English. I'm not
Look
good
at
at
the
maths.
circle. But look
Yeah,
at the
but I'm
circle.
good at reading what's happening on the map. So call me a geographer from now on. Yeah, well, now we'll have to see. I mean, this circle is definitely looking quite round. A lot of teams are already inside the circle. So the other ones have to move in the zone as soon as possible. 4MB, DRS, HUDC won't be happy with the position that the circle is in.
Right. Also, the shape. Will they be unhappy by the shape of it?
But yeah,
If it was
wait
like a
second,
rectangle,
that's
it
not
would have
even
covered
round.
more area.
No, but the circle is not even round. What do we call this shape?
This is slightly. It's a sector of a circle, to be very honest, because whenever a piece of the circle is taken off, it's called a sector of a circle. So yeah,
Okay.
it's larger than a semicircle, but it's still not a complete circle. Wow.
Okay. Now it makes a lot of sense. So a sector of a circle is what we see right now. Hopefully it gets converted into small little circles as soon as possible. So we can see some good zones happening. We can see some good fights happening.
I
Whereas
want maximum water zones.
back towards Painan. Water zone, huh?
Yeah, I want to see a lot of water inside the zone because then the teams are like pitched so close to each other. They keep fighting and they keep fighting, and then you would be shooting someone else, but you collaterally find someone else, and it's just so chaotic. I love that chaos. I find my zen in that chaos. I can meditate if teams fight like that.
Okay. Well, we'll have to see. I mean, the rotations, how everything just happens around the map. SKYLIGHTZ Gaming should not have a problem. I say for SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, make a sort of a triangle and put no fear in between it for the early stages, so that no fear cannot be eliminated and you can have a good game. Because I think the win condition for SKYLIGHTZ Gaming is having no fear available in the final few zones.
This sounds very, very interesting and true at the same time. It's gonna be slightly hard for the team to do it, but if they are able to, they could actually pull off miracles. I'm so with you. Like, give 3 human shields to No Fear, basically.
I mean, that could be done. That could really be done. So we will have to see. I
And
mean,
they-
how does the game continue?
Exactly. And that shape in which these 3 players will be will look like a triangle, right?
Triangle. 3 sides triangle. Yeah, triangle. Yes. I already said it. Okay, don't make fun. I already said it before.
I'm
Make
sorry
a
if
triangle
you're
and put him in
offended, but
between.
offending you is my job.
Yeah.
I get paid for it.
ठीक है. Okay. In Hindi we say chalega, but all right.
You'll make do with it. Hey,
Yeah, I
wait a
have to.
second. Stalwart Esports is not playing. This boot camp is empty.
But then nobody has taken that space from
Yeah,
either of these teams. So
exactly.
not sure
Why?
why.
Exactly
I
my
mean,
question.
Seal did it early on in the game. They used to steal each other every other team's drop
But
location.
Seal is
But I
also not
believe Seal
playing.
is also not playing. That's why nobody stole any one of these drop locations. But wait a second, we have BITX, CMF, and T2K brawling it out, but it's already over. So sorry for not covering that, guys. But yeah, by the looks of it, BIT is also getting a little bit third party by the players of team IHC, because IHC is the one who got that confirmation. Love was trying to confirm those knocks onto the knocked out players, but that just won't happen right now.
As of now, it does seem like Love needs some love himself. He's literally left alone in the whole team. For some reason, the team still survives because like Love was way far away from where the action was happening. But yeah, that's the only hope they have. Like they can probably acquire themselves some placement points, but I don't think other than that anything is gonna happen for this team. PITX, however, they did not get complete time to go ahead and be in a good position just yet. They left their comrade literally right there without any support, and he's gonna get taken down. He was going to go ahead and revive himself, but he could not, and IHC made use of that opportunity. Great. Well done, IHC.
Yeah,
Free
that's
flag
true.
to the names.
I mean, IHC is definitely in a good spot right now. So we'll have to see. I mean, how do they sort of continue the game? But meanwhile, Raw Esports Praveen, he is popping in that first aid and has been able to get that reset. Krita though from the other side is tossing an aid onto Praveen. Now does it? It does not. It was just thrown inside the compound, whereas Praveen was standing outside of it. Krita, another one. Yeah, that's neither of these days, either from Raw or from Team D Venom. None of them connect, and every other player is still surviving.
Well, so they are. So they are. Let's see which team will have the better of this particular fight because so far it seems like Roy Sports is very scattered, and if they lose a player, they're gonna lose him for good. In the meanwhile, though, the zone will also start climbing in, creeping on, and Roy Sports still hasn't found themselves the right entry point, and they're also running out of medkits. So they better start running in because these first aid boxes are no more available for their disposal, and they are not gonna be having a very fun time once they enter into the circle.
That's true. Not a fun time while trying to get inside the circle. But right now, yes, getting inside the zone is going to be the priority over here. So let's see. ASL, STFL, all these players, they are looking for a fight. And STFL, have they lost a player? Because I only see Becca, Wendy, and Rifas. So don't know if the other player is around the corner, is somewhere else, or has been eliminated out of the game.
Well, we'll soon figure out. It's not going to be long before we get that information. But yeah, as of now, it definitely seems like the teams are going to be in a lot of trouble. It seems like STRFL with all fours is going to have the higher ground into this fight, and ASL will have to be super careful of when and how they move out of this particular area. The good thing, however, is that the circle has now given up on the water area, which means it's shifting towards land. It's a southern circle, so it's still covering boot camp. So all the teams that tried to make their way inside the circle are in a safe enough zone, except for a couple. It's like very few teams that still have to rotate. So that's worked out fine for the teams, not for me though. So hate circles that do not end up in water.
Okay, okay. That then we'll have to see how the players will focus on this. How do you play in a zone which ends in water?
You don't. You just keep swimming, and whoever survives till the end wins. It's a very non.
Wow,
It's a very non-violent game, and I like that.
wow,
It's
wow.
a game that supports Gandhiji and Nelson Mandela and Mother Teresa.
Go watch Olympics. Go watch Olympics because I think there also you'll see this sport coming in. So then you'll have to get avid to it. So you don't have much choice in what the players are doing, right? I like action. I like shooting people in
Yeah,
game, of
that's why you
course.
picked up
So
Stalwart.
yeah, I exactly.
Aren't you
Now
from
you know.
Aren't you from Delhi?
Yeah, I am.
Now it
So
makes sense why you like shooting people.
Okay, all right.
I'm
Well,
kidding. I'm
well,
kidding.
we'll have to see. I mean, how the game in the game though. Of course,
Yeah,
these players
obviously,
played
Delhi
out.
is the hotspot for all the LAN games that happen in India. It's amazing.
That's true. It's one's already going on, so that's
Yeah,
that's definitely true. Meanwhile, ASL though, they are also in this particular compound, hoping to be hoping to just have a challenge, just have a fight around their opponents. So let's see if they are able to get any number of frags to themselves.
they're soon gonna be able to find themselves those spots, but as of now, it definitely seems like Raw has their hands already dirty with the blood of the Venom. They are gonna be able to charge into this fight soon enough, but yeah, they are falling back though. They had the higher ground. Okay, D Venom Riley could have been a trouble. It's fine. Whatever decision they made, it's fine for them right now. I'm not sure they had any idea of where Riley is, but it was still a better decision to just walk back out of this fight.
Now, Raw Esports, though, on the other hand, they might have a fight with D Venom. ASL though found that fight. So STFL has already started losing players. Did they lose one? Let me find STFL. No. So only one is knocked out. So the fourth player was in some different direction. D Venom though have lost that player early on. So let's see. I mean, D Venom, if they are able to just continue the game with the three players that they have, no defeat points till now. So that is something they'll have to work with. But yeah, this fight against Roy Sports, this is going to be an interesting one.
Let's see how this goes forward because as of now, Roy Sports are being kept an eye on by Riley Cat, and he might be able to spot a few. I don't think he's gonna shoot though. He's gonna stay disciplined and all in line, just like I do on an airport. Always in line, never crossing over people.
Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
honestly, I don't cross over people in a line unless it's traffic. Then I just take my bike and run away anywhere.
nothing makes sense with you, huh? Nothing just makes sense.
Something's wrong with me, man.
Uh,
Or
Not
that something
something,
is everything.
everything.
Yeah,
Everything,
that something
yeah.
is everything. That's what even I'm saying, bro. I'm with
Uh,
you on this
no.
one.
Now try to predict this though. Try to
Oh,
predict this. Who do you think
goodness.
is going to win?
No.
Let's see if everything is
No.
seriously wrong or not.
I think it is. I think it is seriously wrong. Anyways, I'm gonna go with IHC. IHC.
On the north side of the map, huh? IHC, interesting prediction this time around. I go with DRS. I
Okay.
think the snaky gameplay that they
Yeah, they
have
do have a great
really
position. Yeah.
complements the map that we are playing in. So DRS should have that upper hand in the game.
What do you pick, Echo Boy?
Nothing. Okay, so let's move on. ASL right now on our screens.
4MB. Okay.
Assassin DC is trying to figure out a player of team STFL, but I think he knows the presence of Senior, but cannot take shots because he's still in a compound.
Let's see, this is going to be a slow battle. The teams are not yet coming out of their compounds, and there isn't going to be enough ability to go ahead and actually accurately nade them out or even charge in once the nade connects because of the third party situations that can happen. So, yeah, this is going to be a slow battle as of now, but soon as the teams start closing in on each other, this will become much more interesting.
All right. STFL though, let's see. I mean, do they get into this fight? IEWO though, on the other hand, against DE, they are trying to take this fight. Trickster gets that frag onto Octopus. Don't know if IEWO will be able to just completely take the game in their hand. Now the push is coming in. Viper has a nade in his hand. Want to just finish off the remaining players, and that's exactly what they will do. Good job done by them. And Deadeye's guys also bite the dust.
Deadeye's guys in this situation will be able to, however, trade one player off, and that's going to be Viper. But I think the revival will come in right on time, and that's okay. That's okay position for IAW as of now. But yeah, 4MB looking good as of now. DRS also looking good. They are going to be investing into this battle against the Venom and doing it properly, to be honest. In the meanwhile, though, we are seeing IHC trying to make their way back into the circle. Paradise Resort is slightly inside the circle, but it's not capitalized by any of the teams, even though IW and NBeSports, generally in the beginning, we used to see both of these teams try to drop clash onto that area. This time, they had decided to go further away from each other, and neither of them ended up exactly on the Paradise Resort area. I mean, NBeSports is very close, but still not exactly on Paradise Resort. It's literally one single shack on the edge that they have.
Ooh, okay. Now NBeSports though they are taking down players one by one. Good job done by NBeSports to eliminate the most of IHC. It's only Demo I believe who survives. So IHC also left with just one. ASL on the other hand are getting those knocks onto King of Spades. Exo falls and King of Spades also in a little bit of a difficult situation.
It definitely becomes slightly hard to go ahead in such occasions because now the difficulty is going to be spreading out like conjunctivitis all through, and that's just something you will have to deal with. In the meanwhile, the play zone care of players from Mabetex Esports, and now Mabetex Esports hardly has anything, right? They lost another player to the play zone, and IW is also capitalized. They are going to be out of the game in no time. IHC again, my prediction about to die off. Literally one single player. Raw Esports, my weekly prediction about to die off. Again, one single player surviving. Such a bad week for me.
No fear, NBeSports not looking like a good combination over here because SKYLIGHTZ they've been able to get those frags left and right. And once again, I told you, just get this guy in a fightable position, he will get you frags. Nade around the corner, even Mafia Ninja is able to step up, get another frag onto Fistboy. A good nade by Mondo onto No Fear, he will be taken down. Smokes are being thrown in, but a nade being cooked out. He really wants to take Mondo down. It will be thrown out, but Mondo, he is on the other part of the map, so the knock will not come in, but the third party does. HVDC from behind will take down Akash, and only Mondo survives in this situation.
Well, NB Esports Mondo does survive, is able to take up a battle that is not his, and still make the best out of it. He is literally taking care of all of SKYLIGHTZ Gaming and now becoming a prey for HVDC. I mean, well done, but it's obviously taking the team off of the charts as of now. We have 9 more
Wally
teams
also
left
falls.
to go, and in that, Mabetex will get taken down as well. Oh, goodness.
Good nade from Sanchi, the good presence of mind to hope a player in that position, and also is able to throw the perfect nade. Meanwhile, DRS is using a vehicle to facilitate their route. Not the best possible thing to do in this map of Sanhok, but hey, it has at least gotten them towards the center of the zone. And now you can just go sneaky like and win the game and prove my prediction correct. Please, guys, let's go. Meanwhile, 4MV, they are also slowly and steadily moving up the hill inside the zone and might have a fight against the players of Team DRS.
They sure might. They sure might. Let's see how they're gonna go about it because they are gonna have the higher ground advantage onto this, and DRS starts to fall. The sticky game just gets seized up on, and in the meanwhile, King of Spades also lose players to multiple teams. But the fight back from 4MV onto DRS is gonna make them lose a player.
Oh, wait a second. IAWO, they are in another battle over here. That Storm with a shotgun will be able to take down Wolfes. A nade being tossed out. But will it get the mark? Will it get the connection that it needs? I don't think so. Domain has been tagged up quite a bit. He is trying to enter into the compound. Faisal is still down on the ground. But the shot, not hit. The shotgun from Domain reigns supreme. And it's all down to Mamba to either survive or get the frag and eliminate your opponent team.
Well, let's see how this is going to turn around because IWO as of now has one single player to deal with, but then it's the same story on the other side of the board as well. The revival is happening. He needs to charge in at this exact moment. He's heard the cues, but he's late to the party and gets taken down. IWO will also embrace the exit, and now it will be ASL Chari charging onto stronger FAKELOVE. The circle just got taken away so far beyond the point of HVDC's reach that I'm slightly concerned for them, but they were looking really good with all 4 players alive and good number of frags to the name.
Ooh, let's see the HVDC. That is definitely a team to watch out for. All four players. That's just advantages. That's what I'll say. Advantages in numbers, and HVDC is a team to look out. ASL, yeah, not so much because I seen them losing from winning positions like these, so not much trust in that team. But yeah, right now Rules is trying to toss a nade, and Rogue is very low. So if the nade bounces out perfectly, that could get a knock, but a little bit overshot, because of which Rogue will still survive. Rules finally steps up, tries to take the shot, but now with some cover that Rogue has, he is trying to use the DBS and he uses it perfectly. Rules falls, so does Gyante. One by one DRS, they're just being picked apart.
It's top 6 teams remaining, 3 players each for STFL and 4MV, KS and DRS on 2 each, and HVDC ASL on 4 each. HVDC, however, will need revival to come in, but it won't because Sanchit is way far away from the occasion. Yante, though, with very little HP, will survive slightly in the periphery of HVDC and 4MV, both the teams. So for him to get back up is gonna be very difficult. He's gonna stay knocked. He's gonna get taken down, and DRS will be dropping down to one single player.
So ASL, they will be awarded with one frag. Aero also falls. Meanwhile, to Dog Snake. So 4M, we have already started collecting those frag points to them. There is still one snake to be taken care of by 4MV, so Doc needs to be really careful. The UMP is already out. He is diligently checking every other corner. What a position that Delta has, man. Nobody can spot him right now. A smoke has also been thrown in by 4MV to just give a little bit of cover to this snake. Now Delta, although spotted by Senior somehow, and STFL will be able to eliminate the squad of DRS.
I see 5 different colors on the map right now. That's 5 teams and 13 players, and the maximum number of players I think are gonna be with the team of ASL. If today they convert this game, I'm gonna be so happy for them. But it definitely does not look like they will be able to.
Alright, let's see now 4MV if they're able to convert this game in their favor. HDC Rogue is going to be another obstacle, I'd say, in their way.
Yep.
Because he's all alone. STFL, are they looking for another good game? Are they looking for another chicken? I don't think so, no. They've already been pinned down. The nades are just flowing out perfectly. That's a couple of knocks you were looking for. And now Assassin is all on his feet, will just charge in. But I think a teammate did the job for him. Yeah, Joker gets that frag on 2v8. And that's the elimination for the side of team STFL. Meanwhile, next on the cards for ASL is going to be 4MV. Sleepy's nade also connects onto Deathstorm. The nade parade is perfect. Baren also falls. ASL is having a field day today. The spam through the smoke will connect onto the players of King of Spades and they will be eliminated out of the game. And now 4MV. One by one they fall. ASL wanted the chicken. I think they might just be able to have it, and there we have it. A very unexpected team finally stepping up to the occasion and grabbing the chicken with both hands.
First ever chicken for ASL finally happens. They have learned to close down a game and they've done it with great conviction. The perseverance on the team, the ability to actually sustain all of their players all through and then take fights in multiple directions and still be so on point with every single nade that they use. ASL is looking dominating right now, and that is what their name even suggests. ASL domination. 9 eliminations, 19 total points, beautifully done. But look at the damage that they already did to themselves. It is literally 18th position overall still after such a good game.
Yeah, 19 points won't really matter when teams are sitting on points like 500 points. So ASL is definitely going to be a team to watch out for in the next season. This time around, because qualifying is going to be a little bit of a tough job for the players of Team ASL, I'd say. But yeah, a good game will definitely be appreciated by Team ASL. There's spoil sport for multiple different teams, and personally, I love that.
Absolutely, I would definitely want to see this team actually continue on that momentum and actually go ahead and grab a few positions. Okay. They are still on 18th.
Mm-hmm.
And even though it does not look like they can get themselves to play the bonus match, if they deliver the kind of performance that they did right now consistently, which is a big ask. But if they do, they can find themselves playing in the grand finals, which is gonna be huge. This is one team that I have over and over said will not be able to make it, but if they do, nobody's gonna be happier than me.
All right, well, for that we'll have to wait another day. Tomorrow will be an important day for Team ASL. All that being said, now NBeSports though, this is a team which had the MVP from the entire game. Mondo got 6 eliminations overall. We'll have to see how many points did NBeSports get from the entire game. Sure, more than 7 or 8, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely, we'll figure out. I do not really have the tally of that just yet. But yes, let's take a look at top players and see if anyone else is going to be supporting Mondo from NBeSports onto that list. Because we're going to have 5 in total, but 2 from ASL, Chari and Assassin, are going to make it in. Look at the damage Chari has and look at the eliminations he has.
That's true. I mean, one elimination, the guy would be crying in a corner. Even though his team got the chicken, he still would be crying in a corner because he had so much damage, but the elimination just never came his way. The nades, I think the nade assist was very huge for Chari.
Yep.
So overall a team game, overall a team effort for sure. This will help ASL get some good points on the board. But if we talk about the match summary as well, highest damage, highest elimination, both the charts led by Mondo. Number of assists, if we talk about, Viper has most number of assists from IAWO and most healing done by HUDC Rogue.
HVDC was in a troubled situation. They were expected to win, but then the circle just did not support them at all. But let's take a look at the match ranking and see where exactly they're going to find themselves. It's going to be the 4th position with 9 points in total. ASL 19 to themselves, and then King of Spades and 4MB share 11 points each. Nice.
Yeah, I mean 4MB, another game where they're consistent enough to get good points. Even if not the chicken dinner, but good points. Previous what they had 10, this time they have 11.
Yep.
So that week number 1, 4MV is slowly and steadily coming back and joining us in the action.
It sure is. Let's see if they're going to be able to topple the complete overall standings anyways, because I think they are going to be able to take SKYLIGHTZ over. There was a very little difference between them. But yeah, as of now, SKYLIGHTZ Gaming with only 4 points is going to be struggling a lot this time around. They were even able to save No Fear for longer and they still could not make it. This has been a terrible day for the team. But yeah, Raw Esports 12th position, IHC 11th. The domination from IHC that came in on the first day of this week, I was expecting to see more of it.
Ooh, okay. Well, this is what we'll get from IHC. Now that's what I was concerned about. See, you start the week on a very high note, but then you're not able to end it out properly. But at least you've made sure that you'll be able to play the grand final games. That's one thing that,
yeah.
Okay, still not sure if ASL start to show up like that. Because
I mean, even if they do, they will be toppling IAWO or stronger FAKELOVE. No, it won't be in the way of IHC.
IHC getting 2-3 points will still make me concerned, because even if IAWO play it out, that will be a little bit tricky. But hey, let's have a look. Let's have a look at week overall first. Stalwart Esports still on top. IHC slightly just decreasing the lead. It's down to what, 27 points now?
Yep.
Yeah, but it's not enough. They are being followed by DRS 127 to their name. On the second charts, this is where I'm most interested to see Mabetex still qualifying for the bonus game, but Leo, STF, LT2K, Venom D, all these teams are in close proximity to challenge them.
That's true. And Mabetex, even though they have a good enough, standing onto the overall leaderboard, even though it's much lesser than what one would expect from this team, they are constantly falling behind in performance. They don't do something miraculous, and that's what I'm waiting for, to be very honest. And yes, 4MB will be able to topple SKYLIGHTZ Gaming and acquire a 13-point lead. Now it's a 53-point difference between 4MB and Stalwart Esports, completely in reach, but slightly gonna require a lot of work from 4MB.
Well, that's true. I mean, 53 points is not going to be easy to achieve even in a single day, considering Stalwart lose every game with 0 points, which of course is not happening. But yeah, now the battle for top 16. Let's have a look at page number 2. That's where that fight is happening. Venom D 290, STFL 270, ASL also, even though in 18 spot 263, 17-point difference from the first team. Now this can be achieved but then you'll also have to make it into the bonus game, so you get that extra game to play in.
Exactly. And for IHC to drop down onto the 16th position,
Yeah, it's now difficult.
yeah, I mean STFL would have to have at least more than 32 points, and then same for ASL, same for BITX. Like all these three teams
BIT
will
is
have
gone.
to acquire spots way above IHC. So that is not
BIT is
happening
gone.
at all. Yeah, exactly. It's literally what 95 points difference if I'm not wrong. Yeah, 95 points. They're not going to get that in one single day. IHC is safe. They can definitely make it into the grand finals for sure.
Yeah, well, that's true. IHC is going to be a team to look out for. I still have my doubts because IAWO, if also they perform good, they will step over IHC, and the other teams performing good could leave IHC on the 17th spot. But we'll have to wait and watch. We will have to wait and watch and see if that is the case or not, because IHC definitely just week number 3 is where they've shown the performance, just the first 3 days, that too. And still, if you're able to qualify for the grand final after such a weak showing in week number 1 and 2, well, kudos to you. You are a little bit lucky. But then the grand finals won't be that easy, you know. The grand finals will be a tough job overall as compared to the games today. But yes, let's have a look at the race for the MVP as well, because that's also going on. No of you are still leading, but guess what? Stalwart Esports is back in contention. We earlier saw East and Apex in the lobby leading against Tops, but no, with 90 frags and no fear not hitting century today, Tops is also back into contention, 7 points away.
Exactly, and look at the damage on Tops. He's ruling the board on that terms. He has 23,239 damage. That's 2,000 more than that of SKYLIGHTZ Gaming, no fear. So yeah, he's doing his job perfectly. He just needs to convert more frags for himself. And I think the way SKYLIGHTZ is playing right now, the way No Fear is playing right now, he literally had 97 even yesterday. I mean, he has literally gotten no frags today. Tops could change that around.
Well, yeah, that's true. And now let's have a look at the day summary as well. So again, no teams with the repeated chicken dinners. I really hope DRS would be the one in the final game. That's not the case. But today was a good day in terms of damage. So earlier we saw teams with 1100, 1200 damage getting the chicken dinners. But this time around, the team which got the chicken had really participated in the entire game and not focused on survival for a lot of time.
Exactly. I mean, we have double-digit eliminations for 4 of the 5 matches, and that's good enough. We have started all the way from 11 and up to 13. So all of these teams definitely had dominating performance, other than only just having the chicken dinner, and they also focused onto the eliminations that they were gonna get for themselves. And it puts them in a good enough position, because overall you do need to squeeze the lead as much as possible. The more numbers you have in total, the better your situation. Now the placement points never change, but elimination always can.
Oh, well, that's correct. And well, even though it was a fun day, but there were a lot of role reversals is what I saw. So saw a lot of teams who are on top getting back into action. A lot of teams who were generating a lot of points in the previous 3 days. IHC, I'm specifically talking about them, who I thought will be able to show a little bit of a better performance, did not do so. So the teams which were going on a high have been brought down back, and the teams who usually perform consistently are back into action. I also say 4MV. Yeah, they might not have shown that good number of points. They're always there, top 3, top 4 every other game. So it was a fun day to see. Now tomorrow is going to be even more interesting because we'll have that bonus game. So tune in, guys, back tomorrow, because that was it for today. We'll meet you tomorrow. Till then, take care, bye-bye, and good night.
Make it clap.